Coming up on the next episode of the Celsius Pod.
Now, I'd like you guys to think of what is the most cringe show you can imagine off the top of your head.
RWBY.
I hold it directly to my mouth and say, my name is Beck Lyons, but they call me the Blue Demon. And with all those thoughts running through my head, I eventually have to pull out the Blue Demon Gambit.
We're back.
83!
Not 83. What
90.
97! Guys,
97.
wait. It's not 97.
It's 80.
It's
93.
93.
93.
Why are you listening to Nicola ever?
Yeah, Nicola cannot be
Nicola's the one who would know the least.
A broken clock is right twice a day, guys.
Are you calling yourself a broken clock, Nicola?
Bro
Yes.
has a broken cock.
No, can't relate.
Guys, it's the first Beck Lyons college episode.
And you know what that means? That means we have 4 fucking temperatures we have to take.
Shit.
No, because New York has the same temperature globally.
What?
What are you talking about?
Bro is
No, you're
yapping
the
about
Belgrade.
nothing.
Nicola, what's Belgrade?
Call up the Belgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but then that would
it's
still only give us 3 temperatures.
It's 77 where me and Nicola are.
California, New York, Boston, Belgrade.
No, Boston and New York are actually the same city.
No, they are
In Ithaca,
not.
here, it's 61.
It's 62 here.
See, they're different, Nicola.
Yeah.
They're lying.
How hot is it in Belgrade, Nicola?
78.
Great.
Give me a second. I'm gonna die to the storm.
Bro is
playing
playing Fortnite.
So, guys,
Oh, no.
after this recording, I will be creating an audition tape to be a part of a school's TV show.
Oh, sorry, it
Apparently,
just updated. It's
Yeah.
actually 69 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my god.
This guy.
It'll be a scripted television show, like 5 episodes, and I'm auditioning to be a supporting character named Charlie, and I think he might be transphobic, but I don't know.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
if he is, you got this roll in the bag.
No. 'Cause, okay,
Okay, wait.
here's a line for the audition they sent me from the script. He said so I say, Riley, I feel like I owe you an apology, and then I say, yeah, no, of course, but barring that, they them pronouns, right? And I want this. Here's a line from the script. Barring that, I just want this newsroom to be a safe space for marginalized people like yourself.
Yeah, this guy is definitely the asshole.
Honestly, that's a perfect role for Uri Ponte.
There's
Yeah,
a fly
I'm
in my
gonna-
room, and it's
So I got really invest in the character, and so life.
So like, what's like the general like premise of the TV show?
Is it being
so-
transphobic? Because you got that in the bag. If it is,
no. The premise
It's
is like
not that
I'm
North North live action.
I'm the head of like a newsroom, student newsroom type of thing, and like this person's like a journalist, Riley, and she's trying to figure out like a mystery about who's stealing shit and stuff. It's like 5 like episodes I think they've wrote, and it's like there's a lot of TV shows on our TV show network. There's like late night type of TV shows like interviews, but this one's like fully scripted. So if I get the role, which I know maybe I will, since I am in an acting class this semester.
Nice.
I was in an acting class. That's crazy.
Yeah, so when we do Celsius Oscars, I'm gonna get acting 10 out of 10 acting from Nicola.
We'll see.
Guys, Uri, I think I solved the twist of the show. It's the housekeeper.
Because the rug actually had cocaine in it.
Perhaps if it was a
Yes.
6 out of 10 writing award, maybe it would be the housekeeper.
Wow.
Bro remembers the score off the top of his head.
Wow.
Beck.
I haven't memorized just to dunk on me.
But Beck, life is pretty chill for me right now in my college, but you just started college, so tell us.
Yeah, you
tell
know,
us your
it's been
stories.
pretty tough.
So
All
Beck,
right,
when did you
let's.
get to college?
I got to college.
Where do you go
on,
to
like,
college, Beck? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Emerson College.
Actually, let's start from the beginning. Where were you born?
Where were you born? How much did you weigh? How pregnant were you when you were born?
Were you breastfed?
I don't remember any of those.
He was not breastfed.
You don't remember any of them? You don't remember where you were born?
That's actually kind of crazy.
All right, yeah.
Guys, I
Okay,
think Beck
so-
just existed.
Beck just appeared one day at the age of 16.
I appeared in Boston Sunday, and I couldn't move in until like Tuesday. So I move in Tuesday, and I meet my roommates, and we're like, "Wow, this is so chill." Roommates, we're in a triple. It's like the best view. It's a very big triple.
What floor are
I
you
go,
on?
we're on the 7th floor.
7th floor. Don't you know that 7th's an unlucky number?
They have a floor 13.
Well, don't they know that 13 is an unlucky number?
Yeah. So we go up there, and then immediately I'm like, okay, we should go do something. And I go downstairs because they have an event on Moving Day called Brat Bingo.
No,
Now, do you-
Beck is like the
No.
song? Like the album?
Yes.
like the summer, like the
Brat
Brat summer.
album.
Like the
So
summer.
what it was really weird bingo where they never played like classic bingo. They played like 4 corners. They played like build like a diamond, and they just never did any actual like stuff for that. And everything was just lit in green because they really wanted to lean into the brat theme.
Sure.
So
I
you
see.
know
I see the idea.
that was interesting.
It is
I'm
Brat
pulling up my
summer.
calendar.
Well, it ended.
It did end. Brat Summer did end. This is a rip.
I'm not even really
Um,
familiar with what Brat Summer is. Like conceptually, because I did not listen to that.
Because you're
music
not a
artist at
brat,
all.
Aiden.
They
You're
added it
not
to
a brat.
Fortnite.
They did not add it to Fortnite.
Yes, they did. It was just added. It's in the shop right now.
Oh, right now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We'll continue.
So, and then we get into Wednesday, which is like boring because it's like orientation group meeting. It's sitting in a theater and saying consent for like 3 hours, just making sure
What?
people know that.
Yeah,
Consent.
well,
I mean, actually, after
awesome.
watching It Ends With Us, that's a very important thing to know.
Yeah.
I think
Beck
it ends
knows all
with
about consent.
education enough.
Beck is a #1 Ryle supporter.
Yep.
All right,
Continue.
and then now we get into the big day.
A big
It
day.
was like a ton of new stuff. It was like inclusivity meeting, academic department meeting, new first time meeting, student employment fair, and then all this stuff. But then we come to the night. Now, keep in mind, this is Thursday night, the new time for the Celsius pod. And I couldn't book a study room in the library because it was closed. So I'm like, I might as well go do something chill. And there were 2 things that night. There was movie night, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
And you're a movie
um,
guy.
You
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was trivia night. And I'm like, okay, which one of these should I go to? And on a whim, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do trivia night. Because that seems like it's more fun. So I go to trivia night, and as I'm walking in, I'm like, okay,
Or
it'll
chose
probably
the
be like,
one wrong answer.
and then we go in, and as I'm walking in, they're like, okay, it's gonna be groups of 4 to 5, and I'm like, okay, I'm here alone. He's like, go bunch in with this group. I bunch in with this group, and we all immediately hit it off. We're all vibing with each other, like we are going to win.
Wow.
And so we sit down. We're getting completely ready. Everyone's all hyped. We start, and we just start cranking it out. We get up to like
Huh? Bro starts
What?
cranking it out. What? Huh?
With your
What?
with your new 5 guy friends, you all start cranking it. Oh my
You start
god, Beck.
cranking it out, bro.
you and your
What?
5 circle jerking friends?
That's really weird. Playing wet.
Yeah,
So-
Beck. I think Beck actually is unironically a Ryle
Did Beck
defender.
walk into an orgy instead? I don't
know, man.
That's a
Why
weird
did they
event
start
for a
cranking
school.
Okay, so
Oh,
the way
tell
the
me why I
trivia
started
worked
cranking it.
was like, okay, it would be like everyone got like these little remotes, and you'd like
Yeah.
put in a number like 1 through 5, and then that'd be your guess. And there would be like music stuff, it would be like general trivia stuff, or it would be like film and TV stuff. And I knew like all the film and TV stuff. There was a bear question that I did not get. It was really
No.
sad. It was like I think Uri, what was in the jar at the end of season 1 of The Bear?
Money.
Yes. That was the correct answer. And then there was somewhere it was like, okay, here's a photo. Which show is this? Now, I'd like you guys to think of what is the most cringe show you can imagine off the top of your head.
RWBY.
It was not RWBY. It was Has Been Hotel. And I had to
that's
lean
even
to the
more.
guy next to me and say it's Has Been Hotel.
You
And
You
I
were
was
the
like,
only person who got it?
You were the only person
well,
that knew
someone
it.
else might go, but I'm like, I need to kill all my social credit to win this question.
He had to, dude. He
Right,
had
That's
to.
good.
having a
You could
good
also just not
reputation,
answer the question.
having a good
No.
reputation, or knowing the has-been hotel,
True.
they can't coexist.
Yeah. So, and then the guy announced, like, okay, what will happen is the top 3 teams will advance to the finals. And then in the middle of the, throughout the show, we're going to have 4 different, like, sub, like, categories or, like, sub competitions. So you'd, like, go up there and you'd, like, do singing or you'd, like, do improv.
Mm.
And all the winners of those would go on to the semifinals, and they can compete for the final spot in the finals. Now, the first one comes up, and it's like, can we get 4 volunteers for breakdancing? And I'm like, this is my jam. I raise my hand up high, and the guy picks on me, and my entire team's like, let's go.
Bro's
I
picking
go, I
on you?
walk up on stage. No,
Did they start cranking it?
How does they go from trivia
like-
to breakdancing?
Yeah,
No,
this
'cause
is
it's
very
like-
weird.
Because it was like to like make things interesting, and then the audience would vote on who they thought won.
Mm.
And so we get to everyone's on stage. Now here's what it is. It's me, another guy, and 2 girls. Now, I could tell from the way they all like introduced themselves. The girls were not a threat. They were not gonna like try
That you
dancing
knew?
very hard.
Has Been Hotel, they weren't
No.
impressed.
I could tell like they weren't gonna like fully commit to the breakdancing like I would.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
this
we
other
know.
guy, he was kind of a threat.
Beck, this is incredibly risky to do on like
On
what
day
the
This
first
one
is
of
day
it.
2,
day 2. This is so risky.
high risk. So
High risk,
High risk,
reward.
high reward.
everyone is on
Why
stage,
is Ro
and
rushing me?
the main guy is like, okay, let's have everyone introduce themselves. He hands me the microphone. I hold it directly to my mouth and say, "My name is Beck Lyons, but they call me the Blue Demon."
Why the hell would you
Stop.
say that?
Stop.
Why
You
the
did
fuck
not
would you
say
say that?
Listen,
That
Beck-
was the name I came up with in like 2 seconds.
Why
I
the
think,
fuck? Instead of
what-
like Mobility
need-
Matthew, but they call me Mobility Matthew?
Listen,
I need a breakdancing name.
Beck makes up names left and right. You
And this is
call
by far
him
his worst
naming
one.
Nancy. Okay,
Yeah.
he makes names all the time.
And my arch nemesis, no name Nancy. You know, don't like her.
Exactly.
That was
Yeah,
left
no one
behind.
knows Nancy.
Yeah.
Losing Lek bias. I don't know.
Okay, but I screamed that directly into the microphone, and the host guy just immediately grabs the microphone from my hand. And is like, "Okay, you gotta scream too loud into the microphone." Like I was
Bro
really
broke
hyped for
the
this.
microphone.
What were you
That's
saying?
crazy.
Is that how you said it?
I'm the Blue Demon.
Bro's probably like the guy from The Crow, where he's like, he's like,
Okay,
I am
and
the
then-
Crow.
Everyone
don't
else
get it.
does their introductions, and I'm like, okay, and then he's like, it's time to break dance.
Get jiggy with it.
And then it starts. I throw my blue jacket off. I jump immediately onto the floor, do break dancing, start rolling around,
Of
and
course.
then I'm like, okay, I'm winning. I got the crowd on my side. The 2 girls are just going like this for
Wow.
like 90% of it. I'm like, okay,
You know
they're
what you
not
should have
threat.
done to win the entire school over? You should have started hitting Fortnite dances.
You should have.
Everybody would have
Okay.
loved you.
And then the guy next to me is like, okay, this guy's kind of a threat. So he goes and he does the worm in the center of the stage, and I'm like,
Is he doing
okay.
well?
Generally well. He had the crowd cheering him on, and I'm like, guys, I need to one up this guy somehow.
I need you guys to send me your
I
power so I
need
can win
to
this.
one up
Send
this
me
guy
your
somehow.
aura.
If you want to help me, click subscribe and like the video
I
now.
don't do anything right now, he will beat me, and I will let my team down.
No.
Here, and
And that would be
build up.
For
terrible.
the team.
I'll build up a reality in Beck's head. If he doesn't do this, he'll never get the girl. He'll never make the friends. He'll never become the CEO of Disney. He'll never.
He won't get on
write
varsity.
He'll
won't
never be
get
able to
on-
meet the
He won't
creator of
write
the
for
Owl
RWBY. Everything comes for this moment. If he doesn't do this, his life at college will be a failure. His life forward will be a failure. Everything in his life will suck. He has no children. Nicola will come in his wife.
Not
And,
again.
And with all those thoughts running through my head, I
Okay,
eventually
let's
have
not.
to pull out the Blue Demon Gambit.
The Blue Demon Gambit.
Oh my god.
That was so fucking corny, man.
Dude, when I saw that in your story, I was like, wait. These are my questions that went through my head. Why is Beck on the stage? Why is Beck doing this move? And oh shit, how did Beck eat that much shit?
How
Yeah,
did
how
he
did
live?
Beck
How
fuck it
did
up
he
that bad?
survive?
I would like to describe my thought going through the head. I was trying to like do a twirl or a flip or something,
Sure,
and
sure.
then I kind of bailed both of those halfway through. I didn't estimate how big of a gap there was between like the stage and like the first row of seats. So I jump and I end up flying directly into. Thank God they have a padded barrier protecting the front row of seats. But I slam into that, and the people in front of me look so scared because a random guy jumped off the stage at them.
That's fine.
You should have done the fucking Freddy jump. You should have gone.
It looks like you fucking broke your body.
It looks like you purposefully
No.
jumped at them.
People
Looks like
told
you
me
died.
later they thought I wasn't getting up. They thought I'd like broken my legs.
It did
It
look
feels
like
like
you
you-
were dead.
It's Beck, your body like it could. Okay, this is the thing. Your body like. Oh, and you fall over. It looks like you got like crushed here.
Paw, paw.
It looks like you fucking died.
Yeah, so all that's happening. And then I get back on stage. There's like 20 more seconds left, so I just start like doing general dances. And then it ends, and he's like, okay, everyone vote. And I'm like, vote for me. And
Vote for
guys,
me or my sacrifice would have been for nothing.
I won.
You
I
won. Let's
won
go.
the breakdancing competition and secured my spot in the semifinals.
Nice.
Now, as I was walking off stage, one group literally started chanting Blue Demon.
Shut the fuck up.
I actually hate that you came up with that. That's the worst name you've ever come
I
up with.
hate that.
It
I
is.
hate that.
It's so ass. It's so ass.
Hey, that's his new
Blue
name now. We have
Demon.
to start addressing him
That,
by
he
the
has to
Blue
change
Demon
his legal
now.
name to Blue.
Okay, Blue
Demon.
Demon, continue.
Now. And then my entire team jumped into the air and started clapping me on. And I sit back down, and immediately a staff member come up to me and is like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure you don't have fucking internal bleeding in your body?
I sit back
You should
down.
have said you were not fine and then sued the school and got.
I'm
$1
not fine. I
trillion.
need you to pay for all my tuition and give me an insta win.
Now, I sit back down. I'm ready to go do trivia. A second person from staff comes up to me. It's like pulls me, makes me like go aside, and is like, "Are you?"
Sir,
sure
a second
you're
staff
okay?"
member is asked if
You're
I'm
not
okay.
joking. I show them my leg, and I'm like, "I'm completely fine." It's like, "Okay, can I get your name so I can call you tomorrow to make sure that you're fine?"
They really wanted to make sure that they weren't liable for anything.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
the
they
only
really
thing.
did not want you to sue Beck.
Yeah. So I go get some water. I come back. And then not that much happened after that. We had the other semifinal challenges. The funny thing about that was the guy picked for 2 of the other 3 semifinal challenges other members from my team, which was
Of
crazy.
course.
So our team was just like doing so good. Now eventually we get to the semifinals, I go get back up on stage. I'm wearing
And
my
a staff
blue
member comes
jacket.
up and says, "Beck, are you okay?"
Now
Blue Demon, are you injured? Please tell us that you're not
I
injured.
go and I go to like stand at one of the stands, and the other guy is like, "Oh, can I have the stand? Blue is my color." And I say into the microphone, "No, I think blue is more my color."
That's crazy.
Fuck up with
That
your
was
corny
so
ass.
strange. Can you
You're
shut
so
the
corny.
Beck,
Yeah.
I need
Did
to
everybody
tell you
clap?
Then everybody
Yeah,
clapped.
people did clap.
Oh, Beck.
And then-
Beck is acting like he's a fucking movie character. I think blue's more my color, actually.
God, my adrenaline was running really high.
He could have taken down the entire class.
In what way?
I don't know,
So-
like kill them all with all of his
So
adrenaline.
eventually we have the semifinals, and I go and I'm buzzing in, and the questions are like kind of stupid because it's like normal trivia questions, but it's like first to buzz in and then you answer, kind of like Jeopardy. So I'm feeling good. Some of them are kind of stupid because it's like what sound or like what movie or TV show is this sound from? And like it'll play like the Game of Thrones theme, and I'm like, Game of Thrones. But some of them were really stupid because you couldn't hear anything they were saying because you were on stage and like the speakers were pointed at the audience, so you got like a
Cousin.
little bit of it.
Cousin, chef, hands, cousin, the bear.
Yeah. But eventually I win the semifinals. Oh, I forgot to mention when I went to the semifinals, they were like, "Can everyone reintroduce themselves?" So I'm like, "I'm Beck Lyons, but you already know I'm the Blue Demon."
On the Blue Demon.
And people clap for that?
Yes, people did clap for that.
Hey, I
Why
want
would
to
they
say
clap?
something before you continue. In looking at that video where you fucking eat a lot of shit, it goes from like, who recorded that, by the way?
It was one of my teammates because he saw I was popping off, so he was recording it already, and then he just happened to be recording when that happened.
Like, thank God he recorded that.
Did he record the whole
Can I-
thing? Can I see the whole thing?
3 separate people all DM me on Instagram saying, "Can you please send me the Blue Demon video?"
Yeah, you haven't
Like,
sent it to
I
us yet.
copied them.
I
Oh, I
stole
haven't?
it off his Instagram.
No.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
done the video.
he made a gif of that in 2 seconds. It was crazy. He had it ready.
Yeah, that was an important thing to have a gif of, dude.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
needed that.
That's
But
an iconic moment.
what I want to say about the video, it's like it goes from like people just kind of acting normal to like a girl in front of she goes like, and I can see people like going like this, like from the back.
No, someone told me this earlier because I wasn't really paying attention. The judge is off screen. And they said he was terrified when that happened because like
Great.
he's the one running the show.
Because Beck, you look
He
like
did
you
not like me. He hated me for the rest of the show. I could tell. Like he did not like me.
Bro just popped off too hard, and he
Yeah,
was
'cause
like,
you
"We can't
almost
have that."
got him sued. What?
Beck,
Nah,
it looks
it's
like
just
you
that
got
popped off
paralyzed
too.
in the video. It looks like you won't have function in your legs anymore.
Yeah, it was very surprising you were alive after all that.
Yeah.
How does this happen? Continue.
Incredible.
Okay, so now we get to the true finals. And this is
Uh-oh.
where the true challenge begins. Now, I'm going to introduce
Squid
4
Game.
competitors. First, me. You know,
Blue
a
Demon.
Blue Demon.
Blue Demon, of course, I'm familiar.
I'm familiar with
Then-
it, man.
The second guy. Now, I did not know who this guy was,
He was the
but
purple.
he
demon.
was locked in. And then, okay, he was like my main opponent. The third person in line
Mr.
was one of
Lockdown.
my fellow teammates who had
John
made it to the
Lockdown.
our team had made it to the finals. And then the fourth guy was a guy who was sitting behind us. In his introduction, I said, "I'm fighting for the Blue Demon, baby." So it was
Bro,
a 3v1 against this one guy. Because all 3 of us were basically on the same team.
Wow.
That's so unfair.
It is. So we go. It's head to head. I rapidly get it's first to 1,000 points. I get the first 3 all in a row. How long is a fortnight? 2 weeks. I have these on lock.
Fortnite? You mean like the
Yeah,
video
the
games?
game?
But then the second guy, he starts passing me. He's at 600. I'm still at 300. I catch out. I'm at 700. He's at 800. I'm at 900. He's at 900. We're both tied at 900, and we're so stressful.
If I lost Valorant and I lost, I would kill myself.
And then we get to the final question. We've like gone back and forth failing on like what it would be. And then bam, he says, "Who is Mr. 305?" And I slam the button, but I'm too late. The guy next to me has already picked it. He says Pitbull, and I officially lose trivia night.
Bro loses the 3v1 in trivia.
I didn't
And
even. Who the fuck is Mr. 305? I don't understand.
Heck, when you told me before, you said it was Mr. Worldwide, so I don't know what you're talking about.
It was something like one of Pitbull's names.
It's Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305.
Yeah.
Okay.
So eventually I lose, and the other guy wins the $200. It was
Why?
really sad.
But there's a but.
But there's a but.
But
As he's
but-
walking off stage, he hands me $20 cash. So
Alright.
he's an insanely chill guy.
So now you're best friends with him.
I'm not bad. I would I wouldn't remember him now. But he just was really chill.
You are so.
So how much was the prize?
$200 cash.
Wow, damn. And so here for the blue demon, he writes on it. Here you go.
And then throughout the entire trivia night, me and my team were joking, when we win the $200, we're gonna feast at Dave's Hot Chicken, which is a chicken restaurant next
Yes,
to.
I know what Dave's Hot Chicken is.
Yeah.
So
Most people
eventually,
know what Dave's Hot Chicken is.
after losing, I pull up to my team. I call the $20. I'm like, $20 feast at Dave's Hot Chicken. So we go and we walk and we binge on Dave's Hot Chicken.
No way you can get anything like good for just $20.
I got an Oreo milkshake and a thing of fries, so it was not a feast. But as I was leaving, two random people came up to me and were like, "Yo, Blue Demon, I fuck with you." And I'm like, "Wow, that's really cool. Someone remembers me."
He
yo,
made this
cool.
entire story up, and he's just been lying to this.
Beck,
The
you go
entire
to school
video
of
is also
just corny
doctored.
ass motherfuckers.
I know, it was
Perfect
really
for
cool.
him.
And then literally during the entire lunchtime, I was just chilling with these guys. We were like, we had such a good time. It was so fun.
It also might be a thing that everybody thinks he's being ironic, and they don't understand that he's completely unironic.
Beck, I want to ask this. So do you just have like no injury here? Like nothing?
No
Okay, Beck,
injury.
I want to ask you
at
this: do you
all.
have like no social awareness or like self-respect?
We haven't even gotten into like the cringest part yet.
Oh my
no.
god!
We haven't even gotten to the worst part, and he's been talking
Okay.
for 30 minutes.
I have been talking for 30 minutes.
Continue,
Okay.
Beck.
So then, eventually, I go to sleep. And I wake up the next morning, I'm like, okay,
Day
cool. That
three.
was day 3. That was the night before. I go and I take the elevator downstairs, and someone's like, "Oh my god, are you the Blue Demon?" Someone
Fuck
like
off.
recognizes me as me in the elevator. I'm like,
Why
"Yeah,
is this
wait,
your
that's
name
cool."
now? Why is this your name?
And then I show up to my orientation group meeting and like, "Did you hear there was a guy that jumped off the stage last night?" And I'm like, "You mean the Blue Demon?"
Imagine they said like really different. Like he tried to commit suicide. He jumped off the stage.
No.
And then I go to like the theater and I like sit with like a random group of people. And I'm like sitting there playing 24 days on my phone, and the people next to me are like, "Did you hear a guy jumped off the stage last night?" And I'm like,
And you have to be like, "That's me. I'm the Blue Devil."
I didn't say anything because I like didn't know these people, and I
You
was
should have
just
been like,
sitting there
"Damn,
alone.
that's crazy."
Heck, you're at college. You don't know anyone really.
Yeah, you
Okay.
kind of got to make yourself known. You got to be like, yeah, it was
That's
me.
why you gotta be
I'm-
like, "Oh yeah, you can do that," or you can be like, "Damn, that's crazy. Do you know who they are?"
I heard he's kind of hot, actually. I heard he has
I
a
heard he's
really
like-
good
I
penis.
heard he's like super tall and like.
I heard he has like a
super
really
hot.
big dick. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I heard he has a blue
Okay, and
penis.
then
Okay, all right. Anorexia.
eventually we
That's why they call
there's
him
like
Blue
a
Demon.
library board games activity, and I go there and it's like the people recognize me like, "Oh my god, you're the Blue Demon," while I'm
No
like playing the
way.
library game.
No way, it's the Blue Demon.
He's the blue demon.
And
guy.
then And then I go and I'm like, okay, they have karaoke. I feel like karaoke would be fun. So I show up to karaoke and I'm like, all right. And it's the same like group as the trivia night. So we're like all doing karaoke together. And we do My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
With
Nice.
3 of us. We pop off. And
Classic.
then I am like, okay, I'm gonna pop off. This
What do you mean
I say
pop
to the
off?
karaoke guy, put on Total Eclipse of the Heart.
No.
So I take the mic, and to a
No.
room full of like 20 people, I belt my heart out to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Beck, you need help.
Okay, one thing about Beck, you can say he's not afraid to do shit, I guess.
I am not afraid to do anything. Yet Aiden won't go skydiving with me. It's cringe.
I would go skydiving.
I would go skydiving.
Yeah, Aiden, come on. Celsius skydiving.
Yeah, we died.
Aiden really does not want to do
That's not
Celsius
how it works.
skydiving.
Plus, the first time we'd have to be strapped to something.
Aiden, what sub count do we hit where you'll do Celsius skydiving?
1 million.
No.
Damn.
Once we hit 1 million, Aiden will do Celsius
That's
By the
skydiving.
time we hit
Aiden,
1
that's
million,
an-
we'll have the money to afford skydiving. So actually,
Aiden, that's like law now, you know? That's
It
the
is law now. It's the same as Nicola's favorite movie being Night at the Roxbury.
It's the same as like once Beck says we're watching Horizon Chapter 1 American Saga, we're watching Horizon 1.
I want to tell a story about that because Aiden,
Oh,
Aiden, amazing plan, and Aiden stopped me from doing it.
You can't do this. You can't
I'll tell the story after. I'll tell the story after. Okay, so I pop off to karaoke of Total Eclipse of the Heart. And then,
of the heart.
so eventually all that, you know, people are clapping. It's great. And then I go to sleep. Well, I don't go to sleep. I just go to my dorm room. I go and chill in my dorm room. It goes to like 8 or 9 p.m. And I'm like, I go to walk and get some water. And then I see that my dorm common room is doing Just Dance. And I'm like, I pop off at Just Dance. So I pop off at Just Dance. And then we maneuver into more karaoke.
Oh my.
And I do 2 songs. One, a duet with my roommate to The Greatest Showman, like the song in the bar. Well, do you not like The Greatest Showman?
No, I don't.
Wow. But then I'm like, okay, I belted my heart out to Total Eclipse of the Heart. I need to do another like ballad that I can like sing my heart out to. So I go to like the karaoke guy and I'm like, Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2.
No,
So I go.
fuck you.
And I pop off to my entire dorm floor, Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2. So now my reputation is just solidified as like the coolest guy on campus, you know?
Great.
Yeah, yes.
All right. And then I'll just get into quickly some of the other stuff that happened this week with the Blue Demon stuff. So eventually, like I think it was Saturday, I was randomly walking in my lobby, and some guy came up to me and was like, "Oh my god, you're the Blue Demon! Can I get a photo?" So they asked to take a photo with me, and I took the photo.
Oh my god.
And then
This
the
is
other
just
thing that
the Blue
happened,
Demon episode. This is the Blue Demon episode.
and then
This is the Blue
eventually
Demon episode.
we have classes today, and I'm sitting in like my class today, and I'm with like one of my trivia guys, and he's like, "Oh my," he said to like this like the group we were sitting with, "Do you know this guy's the Blue Demon?" And I'm like, "You are? What floor are you on?" He's like, "I'm on the 7th floor." He's like, "Oh, I thought the Blue Demon was on the 13th floor." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, you haven't seen the license plate yet?"
Why is
Someone
there more about
printed
this guy?
A fucking license plate that says the Blue Demon on it,
How
and
does
put it
someone
up
make
on
that
the
so quickly?
floor.
Why do you not have it? Why is it not
Yeah, why is
yours?
that there for?
Who was impersonating
Said
the
they
Blue Demon?
couldn't. They didn't know what dorm I lived in, so they put it up at the 13th floor common room.
Why do we have a copycat Blue
So
Demon?
did you take it back? Did you take it with you?
No,
You should have stolen it.
We should have left a note that said, "I am the Blue Demon. Can I take this to my room?"
Yeah, I think that.
I was
that'd be
with the
fair.
guys, but I was like,
And then if they
Beck,
sign it,
Beck,
and you
Beck.
take it and you put it on your door.
Beck, What's the chance if I go to your college right now and ask anyone in your grade, can you tell me about the Blue Demon? What's the chance they'll say, yeah, I'll tell you about the Blue Demon?
They would know he was the guy that jumped off the
Who
stage.
is the blue demon? And they will reply.
Someone will know. Like, I think it's like a 50-50 chance. I want you guys to know, in the hour it took me, like, okay, here's what happened. So I go and I go from dinner at like 9:30 back to my dorm room, and I'm going and I'm walking through the lobby, and someone is like, "Oh my god, you're the Blue Demon." So this was 30 minutes ago.
No.
This
And
is
then
like,
I
I need like
get-
a fucking drinking game for every time someone says this.
And then I go back up to my room, grab my podcasting gear, grab it to go walk to the library. In the elevator down, there's a girl, and she's like, "Oh my god, are you the Blue Demon?" In the
Not
elevator
happened, Beck. He's just pulling the shit out of his ass.
This guy.
So it's happened twice in the past like 30 minutes.
I
This
can't wait
is
for this thing to
insane.
die down in like a week.
It
can't
is.
wait
It's
for-
going
I
to.
can't
I
wait for his
accept that.
Cannot wait for his 5 minutes of fame to be over.
Yeah. This is.
It's
insane.
a really funny college story, though.
I hope Beck tries to drag it out and then he becomes a total loser.
No, I am trying so hard not to like be cringe and like drag
you
it
failed
out.
when you
Really?
called yourself the Blue
The
Demon.
Blue Demon.
I'm sorry, you failed the second you called yourself the Blue Demon.
Okay, and you're like, thank you. I am the
Yeah,
Blue
I
Demon.
thought, like,
Do you
somebody
wanna-
else-
Do you want to date me?
It would have been awesome if somebody else, I'm not even awesome, but it would have been a lot better if somebody else said, called you, like gave you that nickname. But it's the fact that you gave yourself that nickname, which makes it so cringe.
I'm
The thing is,
Wolf
I
of
like.
Wall- I'm the Wolf of Wall Street. Call me the Wolf of Wall Street, please.
No, okay. I can never say call me the Blue Demon. I say call me Beck, but everyone just calls me the Blue Demon instead.
You gotta
Like,
take
I'm-
the license plate and put it on your door. You have to.
You gotta steal that shit.
Okay, and then now I want to quickly finish my college story by saying this amazing plan I had for this weekend that Aiden refused to let me do.
Is he flies over to New
Okay,
York to watch something
so
with you?
guys, picture this: Horizon Chapter 1 releases.
Yeah.
We watch it as a podcast,
watch
and
Not
we
really.
get to
Mine
the
is good.
end, and we're like, we see this amazing montage of Chapter 2, and then we get to the end, and we're like, the Chapter 2 release date has been removed, and we go, no. But I was bored a few days ago, and I Google Horizon Chapter 2 release date, and I find out that there is a Horizon Chapter 2 showing at the Venice Film Festival this weekend. So I immediately call Aiden,
Not
I'm
going
like,
to Venice
Aiden,
this weekend.
do you want to spend $1,000 on a round trip ticket to Venice, Italy for a one-day showing of
If we went
Horizon
to Venice,
Chapter
Italy,
2?
it would not be for fucking.
That's
Also,
what I said.
Like, also, we could not get tickets to that film festival. No, probably how hard we tried.
That's
we could have
also
snuck
what I
in.
said.
We could have snuck in, or we bring a
No, you
ladder,
could
we
not
bring
have.
something.
We do bring a
we
ladder. That is one of our more popular shorts.
$100.
We bring a ladder and it works.
Yeah.
But guys, come on, we can still do it. Back me
No.
up here.
We're not
No,
going
No,
to
we can,
Venice.
if you pay for it 100%, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah. So Beck, is that to wrap up your college story, or
That
you got
is to
anything-
wrap up my college stories. I will let one of you talk now. Uri, let's hear about your college stories.
Yeah,
You
let's go
obviously
back.
have some very interesting stuff.
I can talk about it a little bit. So I'm in a class this
She's in a
semester writing for
class?
series TV, and in this class we're going to have to write our entire like thing this semester, just basically writing one script, one like episode of television. And for our class, we voted on to pick. You can either do a drama show or a comedy show, and the class picks which one. So you like a spec script, like a fictional episode of your creation from that show. You know, that's how like many people in the industry really started, by creating spec scripts of fictional TV shows. That's like it shows that you have a good understanding of character, and that you can write your own version or write your own like part of that show because it shows you understand your character, and then if you understand that show's characters, you can write your own show, you know, and they'll give you like a chance because they read your spec script, and perhaps if you write a good enough spec script, you can actually get on a TV show's writing team, you know, because they'll see, oh, you understand your
Yeah.
characters so well, come join us. And so the two TV shows our class picked, the drama one was Freaks and Geeks, which yeah, I don't know. I like it. I watched. It only had like one season ever, but it was a good show. And the comedy show, which I think I'm gonna do, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, you have to do that. Come on, that's
It's
so.
Yeah.
always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And so I've always needed the excuse to watch Sunny, and this is gonna be the perfect excuse because it's always seemed good. Anyone
Wait,
on
you've
the
never
whole
watched it?
No, anyone on the whole Sunny arc on this podcast a few months ago, I think.
Yeah.
And so and the main thing he told us, you know, just watch a lot of the show, and there's a lot of Sunny to watch, and so that I have to understand the characters. So I'm currently on season 3 of It's Always Sunny,
Tell us
and
about it, Ray. What's how do you like it so
Do,
far?
do you, does the class require you to watch the entire show or just like
No, you
a
just-
season?
just like the first season if you want to, like
the
enough so you
first
understand. You
season?
can it can be the first season, but enough so you understand the characters that you can write.
Okay, so you
the
have to watch the entire show.
Because
Yes.
because each season, like
It's
the
really
characters
different.
will evolve. Like especially
Exactly.
season 1, none of the characters are how they are in even like season 4.
I would honestly
Frank's
talk
not
to
even
the
in season
teacher
1.
and be like, "Do I have to write it as if it's like a new season, or as if it's like its own season inside
I'll-
like a
I
new
think I
season?"
am going to ask him.
Like you can
that.
say like, "Oh, am I
Be-
making a prequel, or am I making a sequel, or am I making just
I
like
mean,
a
if
live
I were to
action?"
do
what
it,
character development are the characters in?
if
you
I
know?
were to do it, I would write it before Mac officially comes out as gay.
Because I
So
don't like it.
That's why I'm going to have an
Where
episode.
where Dennis is still in his like creepy arc and not just his narcissistic arc.
Yeah, because he
So like
because he
so
doesn't
like
like gay
season
people. That's why he
so like
doesn't want to do
season
it.
7 and season 8.
that's
You don't
why
like
that's,
gay people, so you should do it without the gay.
No, because Mac is funnier when he's closeted.
That's why I'm going to have a special with Aiden. We're just going to do a Sunny asking. I'm going to get Aiden to help me with this
I like
episode.
it. I like it.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
this-
Uri, I have an amazing idea for you. So it's all the characters in Always Sunny, but they turn black and it's a musical.
I like it.
Nah, that's already an episode.
It is
Okay,
already-
what if instead we all got together and then we watched The Lighthouse?
Nicola, we want to do that, but
Yeah.
why are you traveling during Thanksgiving?
Because my sister's in Copenhagen, I need to visit her.
Why you need to
It's
visit your sister?
in Copenhagen. What do
Because
you
she's in
love more,
college.
the Lighthouse or your sister?
My sister? What type of question is
Dumbass,
that?
dumbass,
Bro.
dumbass.
Where?
Bond between podcast members is stronger than blood.
Anyway, let me get back to Sunny. So what's interesting? So I watched like the first like 2 seasons, but we actually watched the next class. We actually watched the first episode of Sunny in class.
That's a crazy
Which
episode
is really
to watch
crazy
in
since-
class.
The first
Dude.
episode is called "The Gang Gets Racist."
Charlie literally says the
Says the
N-word, the
N-word.
hard R in the first episode.
And it was a kind of a crazy watch, but like we're all kind of like adults in the class.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was like it's a pretty funny first episode that understands what this show is about and the characters really, and it understands that it will go far because like the teacher he said he's an older guy who wrote on like Murphy Brown and stuff like that, and it's like it's not his taste, so he didn't like appreciate more, but he's trying to watch the show, but it's definitely geared to more like our type of audience, like a more younger base,
Yeah.
where it's more of a crazy, because it's a really crazy thing for a first episode, and something since I rewatched it in that class, something I noticed that essentially D, or one of the main characters is D, she gets a boyfriend who's black, and that's like causes like a weird sort of tension in the gang because they want to prove they're not racist. But then the boyfriend turned out to be gay, and then he turns their bar into a gay bar. And something that's really interesting that I noticed was foreshadowing was earlier in the episode, he said he told a story about how he went to this like Mexican guy and says, "Are you gonna fight, or am I gonna tear your ass outside?" And when you like first, he says he tore his ass outside.
Now this
And
is peak cinema.
now you think he means he's gonna fight him, but now when you realize that he's gay, he means he
They're
just
gonna
had
fuck
sex
him.
with him, which is
Yep.
really funny.
Peak show.
And so that's something I realized in the second watching, and I thought it's like a really smart show, and I really like it. But the first season, is a
hard to
bit
watch.
it is a bit hard to watch since they do go to more of those brutal spots. It's the first season; they don't have a lot of like budget for this episode for the first season.
No, they have like $3.
Yeah, they don't have one of the main characters, Frank, in this season. And in fact, that's actually why the show continued in season 2. They said, get someone like Dane DeVito to come on the show, or else there's no show. And so they
Yeah.
brought Dane DeVito on as Frank, and the rest is history. But it's like the first season is kind of like more, I guess, brutal in its approaches. Like Charlie Got Molested is like the season 1 finale title, and it talks
So
about how you like got molested, but you actually wasn't molested, and it's like I don't think it gets like that. I guess plain with its title. I guess I don't know if later on it gets like that, but
It's kind of like that the whole time.
yeah, but it gets more. It's like it's kind of a weird first season since it feels like they're still trying to figure out the characters in this kind of first season, and
Yeah.
season 2 was a massive upgrade in the characters since it feels like more of a fully fleshed out dynamic. They brought the McPoyle brothers in, which I know are like recurring characters in the show,
Yeah, they're weird.
and
They never grew on me like that much, but like they're fun. They're fun.
Actually I think they come out at the end of season 1 with the molester
They're in
episode.
child. Yeah, that episode. I
But-
like the part. I like that. The whole bit where Mac is sad that he didn't get molested.
Yeah, that was funny. And so I'm just trying to like figure out because now I'm in addition to watching it regularly, I'm watching it with a context of like how am I what fictional scenario am I going to put the characters in? I'm in addition to watching them, I'm also kind of reading the scripts so I understand how they're written. And so I'm definitely going to have an episode with Aiden where I'm going to get Aiden to help me with this episode.
Yeah.
But that's that's all I've been consuming on, and that's probably for the next couple of episodes what I'm going to be watching and talking about. And so finish the first 2 seasons, and now we're getting to the idea that Frank might be Charlie's father.
Yeah, that's gonna be an idea that floats around until like season 14.
Oh my
That's-
god.
All right, how many
that's not
seasons is
gonna
it
go
again? I
well.
forgot.
16.
16
Yeah.
now.
It's
they
the
have
longest
Liam-
running live action show. Sitcom, live action sitcom.
Yeah.
And the animated is The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that makes sense.
And so that's what I have been watching. I do want to get a little bit into my letterbox.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Before-
movies.
So
There's
I've
a lot
been
of
like,
short films.
I've been getting like, guys, it's insane what you can log on Letterbox.
I
Yeah, you can
know.
log in so much.
There's
I've been
like
getting-
random YouTube short films that I found that I could log that have like 80 reviews.
So after Alien Romulus, I was in a layover in the Newark airport for a few hours,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I got a few hours to kill. What should I do before I land back at my college? I'm like, I'm gonna watch The Batman.
We'll circle back to that one though.
Yeah,
Because all 3 of you guys watched it.
Yeah.
I
was a kind of
wanted to, but every seat for the showing it here at my theater was packed. So I could
did
not
they do like a
go.
re-release?
Yeah,
did
it's
re-release.
all the re-release because of the Penguin TV show.
Yeah.
it was a one night only one showing and it was completely packed, so I couldn't go.
And
Sad.
so, the Batman, I watched it I only watched it like once in theaters when it first came out in 2022, and from what I remember, it was like
I
a
also
really,
watched it when it first came out.
it was
and I
really
really liked
solid
it.
movie, and like it definitely didn't reach the peaks of like the Dark Knight trilogy for me, but it was like a really first solid. It felt like it really had a style, and rewatching it, I was like, it was so good rewatching this movie. It was like the cinematography was amazing. Everything about this movie really, really worked for me. I was like, They do
Yeah,
like
I really like the Batman. It's a really
I
good
guess
film.
yeah, we can talk about it now. But it was the
Yeah.
first time I had seen it when we went.
Really?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. So we watched it in theaters and it's really good. Like
Yeah.
it was definitely a great movie. I do think its realism is kind of holding it back.
Yeah, dude, like the Riddler is just an incel, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I think like all the costuming for like Riddler,
Yeah,
Catwoman, Batman are all like leans too
It's-
much into realism. Like the Batmobile is just a car, the Batcycle is just a motorcycle, and like no
yeah.
other villain is really gonna work well. Like besides the one you've already done. Like if you do the Joker, you're kind of just leading into Joker, like with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's gonna be too similar to that. And you can't really do any other iconic because they rely on like science and shit. Like you
The
can't do Mr.
Penguin.
Freeze because that's super unbelievable.
You're
You can't
gonna
do
get
Scarecrow
Clayface
because
and
that's
Clayface just a guy with clay on his face.
exactly. Well, exactly. I think they've kind of wrapped themselves into a like.
I guess.
I
But
don't
mean,
think the
Joker
Joker's gonna
really
be interesting
burned.
though.
The Joker's really burned, which is a side of the Joker we haven't really seen. Where so like he's a destroyed face. Well, I'm gonna say the Joker scene was really unnecessary in this movie, and like I get you want to build him up, but like they did it like the deleted scene, which is a much more good version of the Joker scene, where it's like he like Batman talks to Joker to find out how to get the Riddler, which is a more Hannibal Lecter type of scene, which I found was more interesting than the one they actually used, where they're like they find to be friends, which makes me think that in like maybe the third Batman movie he's like the villain or Joker or something.
Yeah.
And but it's like I thought the Penguin really good because the thing is the Penguin like the actor is so skinny actually, and like the makeup is so good because like the actor looks so insanely different than the Penguin. For the actor for the Penguin, it's like crazy.
Open
But
your
it's
eyes.
just like a really good like sort of Batman movie. It's like it feels like this Gotham has a style where in the Dark Knight trilogy, I didn't really feel the Gotham had a style. It more felt like just New York. But in this Batman movie, it really feels kind of like a gothic style, which I really like for Gotham. Really good I'm gonna say this. Robert Pattinson does a really good Batman, but I'm not sold on his Bruce Wayne yet.
Oh, I don't like his Bruce Wayne at all. I don't think edgelord Bruce Wayne is very good.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
think
Bruce
it's
Wayne
a
needs
lot
to.
more realistic version of Bruce Wayne though, because I think the whole point is like somebody who's awake all the time at night and like is beating people up at night isn't gonna be a highly functioning member of society.
Yeah, but I want a little bit of Bruce Wayne who's maybe this is because this is a year 2 Batman, so he's still not fully.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
He's not fully into the Bruce Wayne guy. So I think like maybe as the movies evolve, he'll evolve into more of a Bruce Wayne type of figure. But I would like to see a Bruce Wayne who's more involved in like his company and shit. You know, like Wayne things. I don't know. But what do you guys think about the whole Riddler saying Batman the Riddler? Did you think, Aiden, since it's your first time, did you think he knew it was Bruce Wayne or no?
Does he know?
Yeah.
Does he know?
Yeah. I don't think he knows.
I think he knows.
I don't think he knows because no, it
Does
makes
he
it clear
know?
that he doesn't know. It was clear that he doesn't know when he just says, "I was going to." Bruce Wayne is part of it because he thinks Batman is on his side. So,
Does he know?
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Does he
But
know?
I feel like obviously the Riddler in this movie wasn't like to the peaks of like the Heath Ledger Joker by any means, but he was still a pretty solid villain in this movie. I didn't love all the like screaming shit, like, "Oh, I'm actually come on followers, join me," you know, and like that's kind of like the final act of the movie. I didn't love that much, but it was
No.
fine.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just too real. I think the
It's a bit-
realism is holding it back. Like Batman is goofy and silly, and I don't think that this style is really.
I'm vengeance.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of dumb. I don't know. It's really good. I really did like it.
But on the flip side of that, I watched also another Batman type of movie, Joker baby, and I'm gonna say I prefer Joker over the Batman, but like they're both like rated like 4 stars for me. But I think I just prefer Joker a little bit more since it's more I think my type of movie. And I obviously I'm not gonna lie, it is a kind of a straight copy of The Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy. I'm not gonna deny that. It's a copy of those movies. But I also watched this. This is the second time I watched it because from the first time I watched it in theaters when it first came out, and it's just in time for Joker 2, which is coming in October.
Yeah, but it's been getting bad reviews, right?
Yeah. Also the first Joker got bad reviews. So
Yeah. So I think it's mostly just like
I
bad
haven't seen
critics.
I
the
heard it got an
I've seen the
11-minute
Joker.
standing ovation.
Wow,
I mean,
you know
I
what
guess
else? An 8-minute standing ovation? Horizon.
Horizon.
I don't trust standing ovation time anymore.
But what I like about this movie, it's like it takes like the concept of Joker, but like more of if you don't like realism, Aiden, this is like fully realism Joker. It's like it's not your Joker from your comics in any sense of the way where it's like the only thing about Joker really from this movie is that they use people, Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne, like people, but it could be like if it wasn't like a DC movie and like they just replaced the names, it would just be like any other movie, really. It wouldn't. It doesn't really feel DC in a way, but in a way that makes it kind of more interesting. Like they're really changing up what the character of Joker really is in this movie. And when I heard some complaints before the movie came out, I was thinking, by having this Joker origin movie, you're kind of ruining the mystique of Joker. But they do a really smart idea where they play with like what is really real in the movie, and almost to like a more of a insane extent. Like, is this any? Because I've been hearing theories the whole movie is fake, and I don't really like when the entire movie is fake. I like for things to happen, but they do play with it kind of well, and so I'm going to see how they continue that into the sequel. Because by the fact that they do a sequel, it means that definitely there's some things that are real from the movie. But I guess we'll have to see what that is. But I just found it was like a really kind of nice, fresh take on this Joker character, and I'd like sort of a franchise within this universe on like single Batman, these types of movies for different Batman villains. I think that could be really kind of interesting. But it's just it's a really unique take that I never suspected that was going to come out in I guess 2018, 2019. It's like a really interesting movie for that.
What character would you like to see next in that kind of a style?
I would like a really interesting. I know it's kind of covered in the Batman, but a Riddler origin movie could be really interesting to me.
I think Two-Face would be the strongest.
Two-Face is really.
Oh yeah,
'cause
Two-Face.
Harvey Dent is appearing in Joker 2.
Is he?
Yeah. So
Okay. I was really surprised he wasn't in the Batman when watching it. Like they have the whole mayoral election, and he's just not there, and I thought that was kind of strange.
yeah. Before watching the Batman, I thought it was really interesting. I did not know how much Carmine Falcone will be in the movie.
I don't even know who that is.
It's like he's like the big mob boss villain, really, of the Batman comics.
I see.
But no, yeah, Riddler could be cool. Harvey Dent, like a story about Harvey Dent, like maybe it was like he was like as a child he was like disfigured or something. I don't know, like that.
Yeah.
And he grew up with it. Maybe he's like a good version of like Harvey Dent but is corrupted.
He's like he's schizophrenic. Or
Yeah.
he has DID, so that's what the Two-Face comes from.
Maybe there's a Scarecrow could be kind of interesting.
Yeah, but again, I think Scarecrow doesn't lean into the realism enough, like with his like fear toxins and shit.
Yeah. It could be like I played Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz production. Now I'm a Scarecrow.
No way.
But no, I could see those being, and like, you know what I think would be cool. He said this about Joker 2, that he's the director, like, I'm not gonna make a Joker 2. But he did, and I think if he makes a Joker 3, it needs to have like the adult version of Batman in this universe. I want to see what Batman is like in this universe. Like, how does that guy exist, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Joker has like, like I don't know, like a movement behind him. So like the Batman beating him up is kind of like, like kind of like seen as anti-protest,
And
like,
his movement is what led to his parents being killed in that movie.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like a proto Joker for the real Joker, you know? I don't know. But so good movies. I watched the 40-year-old Virgin, and that was a really funny movie, iconic movie. kind of telling you of Beck's future, but really good movie. No, it's just a classic movie. I've never seen it before. I thought that was comedy, like great comedy. Planet of the Apes. So I watched the first two Planet of the Apes movies, the originals, and they're kind of like bad movies, but they're kind of like funny bad in a lot of ways.
I've seen the first one, the original one, but a long time ago.
It's like the movie, like there's like it's a weird thing where it's like it's so obviously Earth, but the guy doesn't realize it. It's really funny because like he goes to
what?
what?
It was Earth the whole time, Beck.
It was Earth the
What?
whole time.
It's
Yeah.
the
You're an idiot.
original ones.
Oh.
What's funny is that so the guy like he lands on the planet, his like friends like die or something. It's like there's like there's still humans on the planet, but they just don't speak. And then
Aren't
there's
they
the
enslaved?
yeah, they're enslaved, but they're also like in like tribes of trying to escape the apes. And the apes
Yeah.
are trying to track them down. And he meets he meets like a woman, and like as they're like trapped together like a prison site, he's like, you know what? Your name is Nova. I'm gonna name you Nova. And then he just like, you know what? Not without me and Nova. And then Nova dies in the second one.
No.
And the second one's even
That's
fucking crazier.
Spoilers.
The second one was there's like an underground society of mutants that another character discovers. It's like they're really stupid movies, but they're pretty fun. I watched The Room. I never seen The Room before.
I've
Did he-
wanted to
did-
watch The Room.
Okay, Uri, did he hit her?
Yeah, did he hit her? No.
He
But it's
didn't
like-
hit her. No.
It's tearing
thing-
me apart.
It's infamously known as like the worst movie of all time, and it really lives up to it. But the YouTube version is so funny, where it's like there's like 8 sex scenes in the movie, but the YouTube version is like when they're about to do a sex, they go like nope,
Nope.
and it's like terrible movie, but so fun to watch. Now this is the thing I think the last thing I'll talk about before I'll let someone else talk. So there is these
No, you forgot
YouTuber-
about Office Space.
yeah, Office Space, pretty good movie.
I like Office Space. I like the stapler.
It's
I
pretty
like-
funny.
I like the Superman 3.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun movie. It's like kind of a similar vein of like these sort of 2000s comedy movies, where it's all like exploring what it means to like just sort of like I guess disillusionment with like kind of like the adult world, and like you found like these early 2000s type of movies, like how do people kind of like exist in these like offices and like workers middle-age crisis hit big in the early 2000s. But so there's this YouTube Beck.
Yeah.
There's this YouTube comedy group on YouTube called That's a Bad Idea. And they do some pretty like funny like shorts and stuff like that, sketches, they're really funny. I subscribe to them on like I think Instagram or something, but
I've
or
seen them on
YouTube.
YouTube Shorts a lot.
They're pretty funny. But they also get really close into like they also make their like some horror movies. And recently like a few weeks ago, they released like the $800 horror movie that they made like 2 years ago. They couldn't find a streamer for the movie.
It costs $800. You paid $800 to watch a movie?
No, or
No,
Beck.
the movie cost.
them. It cost them $800.
You think I paid
Are you
$800?
stupid?
Beck, are you dumb?
Bro, we could have flown to Venice with that money.
Oh my
Beck,
god,
Beck.
this guy.
The Blue Demon is a dumbass.
The Blue Demon
dumbass.
is so stupid.
But anyway, it cost them because mainly they had to pay like one actor like a lot of the money because he's like a real actor, and so
Real
it's a
actor.
found
They
footage
had to
horror
pay
movie.
union wages.
It's a found footage horror movie. It's like 1 hour, which is pretty long considering. So it's like a short film. I consider a short film to be like 45 minutes and below, but this is still kind of a short film since it doesn't like. It's definitely a short film, but so why not? It's like I thought like they did the like for being like a found footage horror movie, which I'm not always the biggest fan of found footage. They do it really well in this
Wait,
movie.
did you
So
watch
essentially-
Late Night with the Devil?
No.
You should. It's really good.
Is that found footage?
It's like found footage style, yeah.
Mm.
And I think it's really good found footage.
So essentially, this movie it follows these these YouTube guys, and like for one, one of the guys' birthday, and they're gonna do like a prank where I'm spoiling the movie by the way. You want
Okay.
to spoiler, Aiden? I'll stop. I'll just say the plot, like the quick. I won't spoil it.
Yeah, because I probably do want to watch it.
Anyway,
now that-
and so it's like they do a really good twist and turn of this movie. It's like it's about like YouTube. It's kind of a commentary on sort of YouTube pranksters and stuff like that. And I'll say the plot of the movie is like it's one of the guys' birthdays, and then they do a prank on this guy, but then it sort of unravels from there. And it's a really cool style. And now, because they couldn't find a streamer to get this movie released on, so they released it themselves on YouTube. And now one of the guys is like the guy who wrote and directed it of the duo. He's like casting for his feature right now, Beck. And so because I learned this in class that the biggest way for like people to really break out in the industry is to make their own horror movie. You know, those are like the biggest. Those are the biggest things to go international. That and stupid comedy movies. They're like horror movies. Like really give a name for yourself. Like
they don't really like need to be good because all they need to be is like scary, you know. And comedy movies just need to be funny, you know.
Yeah, and so we gotta make a
They're, like,
Celsius
very
Pod
easy to
horror
make.
movie. You know, Celsius Pod horror movie.
We're already working on it. Don't pee next summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far is Don't Pee along?
who knows?
Not very. But
we're still in the research stage.
We're still in research. We gotta find the toilets and stuff. So who else wants to talk? Nicola, you got something for us?
He doesn't have
the only
anything.
thing I've watched is what I've watched with Aiden.
Me.
So I've watched the Batman, which we already talked about.
Here,
And
we'll
I guess
get
now we
back-
can
we'll
talk
go
about
to
the
that one
Crow.
later.
The
So now we talk about
Here,
the Crow. or do
I
we
can
talk
talk
about
about the things that I watched.
All
What
right.
did you watch, Aiden?
All right, so
Or
we're
actually, I
gonna-
can talk about one thing I watched in film comp. I had to watch a short called Borrowed Time, which is about the stupid cowboy. That
Oh,
shoots
I
his
watched
Good
dad.
movie.
we
Good
all
movie.
seen Borrowed Time. Good movie, Beck.
I liked it.
I liked
The
it.
guy is stupid. He shot his dad because he's a retard.
Oh my god.
Why did he put his hand on the trigger? Is he actually?
Bo yelled like in the middle of the film, "Bro, you should jump."
I was.
Bro yelled
I
the
was
R
trying to
slur
say
in
that.
class. What up?
I did say that.
Bro watched that film and was like, "Bro, you should just jump, bro."
I did say that.
Oh
That
my
was the big
god.
call him an R slur in the middle of the class.
Oh my god. All right, well I'm gonna get
Sorry, I'm
okay.
getting some text messages. I'm
So
Continue.
I rewatched Rear Window.
Aiden, I have
yeah.
some good news for you.
You have to
I have to
watch
rewatch Rear Window Tuesday.
How
So-
many times have you fucking guys seen Rear Window? Really?
No, I have to for class, Uri. My teacher is making us watch it in class.
We
I've only
watched
seen
in
it 3
class.
times.
What?
saying like it's a bad thing.
What are you watching in class, Beck?
Oh, so it's like it's a list of like 20 movies that we have to
Wow.
watch for class. One of them is The Princess Bride, though, so
Hell yeah.
Aiden's gonna love having me rewatch that again.
I love the Princess.
Right, this week I have to watch something called Paris is Burning, and I looked it up, and it is not about the fires in Notre Dame.
No, it's
It
not
was-
like it's about gay people, right?
Oh
Yeah.
no, Beck hates those.
I do not.
No, the Blue Demon hates those. Beck likes them, okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Anyway, Rear Window, I rewatched it. Great movie. There were a bunch of teenagers in the movie at the theater, and they were all laughing at. So that was great.
Laughing in a good way.
No. Then I was like, and then I was at home and that night, and I was like, wow, I kind of want to watch a. And
You
then
wanna
I
watch
looked at my
what?
list of a musical, and then I looked at my list of 2024 movies that I need to watch, and I saw Mean Girls, so I watched the Mean Girls musical.
How
Good
was it?
movie.
It was really good. It was really good. I really liked it. Beck did give it 3 stars, so I don't know why he called it a good movie.
I liked it. It was just like an average, fine, good movie. It was not 4 stars, Aiden.
Really good. I think the
Like-
choreography and the music was good. I think
Yeah, I think the only good part I liked about it was like the music.
I think it did all the original stuff that the first movie did quite well too.
Yeah, I mean, I had just watched the original like a week before, and I just liked it more.
Well, that's fair.
But I think that I feel like they're like kind of equal level. Like the first one is better plot wise, but the second is better because it has music, you know.
I guess that's fair.
And
so
I
then
do love all the songs on it. Like they're on my Spotify.
Yeah, and then I watched the Batman, but we already talked about the Batman. And then I went to the movie theater by myself. And I watched
Like someone else.
like somebody else that'll say later. And I watched Between the Temples.
Me and Beck wanted to watch this movie.
I
Yeah.
wanted to watch it. They are not showing it at the AMC.
I was
next to me.
hoping you would watch it because it is like a Jewish movie.
Okay.
So you would love it.
I was gonna watch it, but
It was very good. So do you want me to like say the plot or no?
Yeah, you can say the plot.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring up the Wikipedia because it's been like 3 weeks since I watched it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, we haven't.
Damn.
Yeah.
What made you
Bro,
pick
it
this
is
movie?
crazy to me to thinking
It
how long
was-
this podcast has been because I'm gauging it based on how far into RWBY Volume 9 we are.
Yeah.
And we're pretty deep.
We're pretty deep. John is about to show up.
Yep.
I saw this movie because it was the only one that I hadn't seen. And I didn't want to watch a horror movie.
You don't
So
want to watch
Wow,
Crow?
bro didn't want to watch Afraid.
Crow is not a horror
they didn't
movie.
have Afraid yet, Beck.
Oh,
The only time
You
I
didn't
could
want to
have
watch
gone,
Blink twice?
I'm gonna see Blink twice with my mom.
You didn't
Every
wanna watch-
other movie I've seen or are going to see, this was my only option. So I went to see Between the Temples.
You don't want to watch Strange Darling?
No, I don't want to watch that. So this movie was very strange. So this guy, his name, what was his name again? His name is Ben, and he's the cantor at his local Jewish church, right?
the synagogue.
It's a
It was
synagogue.
really funny because I was like at a comedy show tonight, and the guy didn't know what a synagogue was, and everyone laughed at him for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Or
he's a comedian.
thought it was a
They
bet,
should laugh
a
at
bit.
him. Yeah, Beck said he said he was dragged to a comedy show tonight, and then
I was
came
dragged
back
to a
and said he
comedy
went to
show.
this guy that he didn't know called Curtis Connor.
What?
Yes.
This guy's insane.
I
Bro
didn't
doesn't know
know
Curtis
who this
Connor.
guy was. He was funny though. I'll give him that.
This guy's insane. You should go watch his videos on YouTube.
He did make an Ocarina of Time joke and a Majora's Mask joke, so
Yeah,
I
he's
felt
funny.
seen.
He's funny.
Felt seen.
So this guy, this cantor Ben, he's kind of like, am I really faithful to my religion? And then he tries to kill himself. But he doesn't.
Reasonable.
Yeah, so he lives with his parents, and he tries to kill himself. But
How
then
did he try to kill himself?
he lays down in the middle of the road and tries to have a truck run him over. But the truck just drives him to a bar. So then he goes to a bar, and then he's drinking by himself. He drinks a mud. And then the bar has a karaoke night, and he sees an old lady on the karaoke thing, and she's like, wow, karaoke, great. And then some people start making fun of him. And then he's like, hey, you making fun of me? That's kind of rude. And then he gets punched in the face. And then the old lady from the karaoke is like there with him, and she's like, oh, are you okay? You okay? He's like, yeah, and it turns out she was his old band teacher from when he was in like elementary school. Her name is what's her name again?
Ruby.
Her name is Carla. So he was this
Carla.
old music teacher. And so then he's at the bar, and then he gets drunk, and she drives him. She like looks at his license and drives him to his house. And he's like, no, I don't live here anymore. I don't live here anymore. Because his wife died. She slipped on a patch of ice and broke her skull open. Great.
It's really funny.
So he gets dropped off with his parents. So then the next day, Ben is at he works at bat mitzvah school. He's teaching kids how to bat mitzvah. Because you're familiar, it's a whole process, right?
It's a whole
It
process.
is.
It's a whole process. So Carla shows up and she's like, Ben, I didn't have my bat mitzvah and I want to have my bat. And he's like, you're like 88. That's not gonna work. And she's like, come on.
Wait, Uri, why didn't you invite us? Or when's yours? Can you invite us to it?
Yeah, when is your?
It was in 7th grade.
And you didn't invite us?
Uri?
I didn't even know who
Bro.
you were. Beck, you were like a toddler when I was in 7th grade or something.
A toddler.
He's a year younger than
He
you. What are you
was
talking
at
about?
the same school.
Beck, did you go to Green Middle School?
I did go to Green
Yes,
Middle
we
School.
all went to Green Middle School.
You
No
just
way.
didn't invite me. What an
Why would I
asshole.
invite you? I invite a loser 6th grader?
Bro, I'm on a podcast with you. You have to invite your
Listen,
podcast
Uri,
members to your bat
Podcast
mitzvahs.
members transcend
Yeah.
time. You should know that.
I actually, when I first met Beck in like what? I think it was in junior year. I thought this guy was really rude and kind of too aloof. And
Ooh.
Yeah, when I met Beck at the
Okay.
church,
At church.
We met
No.
at the church.
remember
What?
that was the whole
we
thing?
met in video production.
No,
Yeah.
but remember the whole. I think I met you actually your sister at church originally when I was like.
Yeah, you
super
met my
young.
sister at church.
That's what it was.
And
it was
he's
your
like, one
sister.
day you're gonna have a podcast with my brother.
Yeah.
I know it.
I love
I
my
foresee
sister
it.
was randomly at a party, and then Aiden went up and was like, "Do you know the famous Beck Lions?" And that really
Yeah.
freaked her out.
That's
Okay,
okay.
continue.
Okay, so anyway, so she wants to have a bat mitzvah, right? But
Yeah.
this comes later, but for context, she didn't have her bat mitzvah because she's a she's a red diaper baby, which means her parents were communists. So she wasn't
Ooh.
allowed to have a bat mitzvah. And on her 13th birthday, instead of a bat mitzvah, she got her period. So that sucks for her. So Ben starts giving her the bat mitzvah training, and then at some point they move to her house, and they do it in her house, and they drink some tea, and the tea was drugged by the garden person, and
What?
then they have a drug session, and he sleeps at her house in her son's pajamas, and he
Sounds
has
like The Crow.
insomnia. And then he actually has a good night's sleep, and then she sleeps on the floor in the same room. And at this point in the movie, there's heavy sexual tension between these two characters, and it's very, very, very weird.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be weird.
It was very weird that there was sexual tension between this 35-year-old guy and this 80-year-old woman.
They're
Very,
they're age appropriate.
very strange. So then her son comes to visit. Carla's son drops in unannounced or with his family, and he's like, "Hey, who's this guy in your house wearing my pajamas?" And she's like, "Oh, he's the guy that's training me for my bat mitzvah." You're not even Jewish. And they make him out to be the bad guy. Like, they all go to a family dinner, and he's like, "I'm a devoted atheist. I don't believe in organized religion. Come on, Mom. What the hell are you doing?" And
Atheism is bad, Aiden. We hate atheism at the Celsius Pod.
boo,
Boo atheists.
boo.
This is a highly religious podcast.
Yeah. So what happens?
Beck, pray for us, please.
And
Do a prayer.
while all this is going on, there's another side plot where the rabbi's daughter comes to town, and Ben kind of get flirty together. Like he comes back from the dinner, and she's at his house, and they start talking, and she borrows his dead wife's book.
Makes sense.
And so the next scene is we see her there. She calls him. She's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And he's like, "Yeah, that'd be great." She's like, "What are you doing right now?" He's like, "Well, I'm at the." She's like,
He's at the
"Great."
what?
He's at the cemetery right now. She's like, "Great, I'll meet you there." So he's in front of his wife's grave. He's sad. He's in front of his wife's grave, and she pulls up in her Jeep Wrangler, and he gets in the car. She's like, "I just read your wife's book, and I'm so wet right now." And
This movie sounds like it sucks.
it's
It
great.
sounds
It's
awesome.
a great movie.
That was
I really
awesome.
liked it. So she's like, "I'm so wet right now. Was she always that horny?" He's like, "Yeah, she would just send me voicemails whenever she walks in between writing." and they were just really horny. And he just starts playing one for her. She's like, I walk into the room. She is sitting on top of you. She pulls your belt off, and she puts your cock in her mouth. And she doesn't wrap her lips around it. You can just feel her breathing on your cock. And then she's like, wow, can I have your phone? And so then she takes the phone, starts saying the message aloud, puts on some sunglasses, which makes her look exactly like his dead wife.
Are they gonna fuck?
And then they have sex in the car, about 10 feet from his dead wife's grave. So
Oh no.
She would want that though. She would
an
want that.
impeccable scene, quite frankly. That was good. It was kind of crazy. So then Carla has a stroke.
Ooh.
While having sex?
Well, but like after that. So she has a stroke, and Ben goes to the hospital, and then he goes to the rabbi. He's like, "Hey, rabbi, how about we move her bar mitzvah up to next week? I know it's only been like a month of training, but she's really good. She's really good at reading the Torah. She's got it down. Let's just do it next week." So then they're gonna do it next week. And then he invites Carla to the Shabbat meal with the rabbi and his family. And this is like the final kind of thing of the movie. And this is the final act of the movie. They're at the table, they're at the dinner table, they're all hanging about. Ben is really excited that Carla's there. The rabbi's daughter, Gabby, she's like, hey, what's with us? And things are awkward. They're like, wait, Carla's not Jewish. She's 88. Her bat mitzvah's next week, even though she's been training for a month. What's the big deal, Rabbi? And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm just a rabbi. I just play golf. And to decrease the tension, Ben is like, let's play telephone. We all know the game telephone. I whisper something in the ear and they wrap. So they play telephone. They wrap it around. And so Gabby is the last. So he starts with Carla and it goes to ends with Gabby and to him. So Gabby heard, like from the telephone, I love you, ice cream cones. And then Ben reveals the actual thing. I love you, Carla, ice cream cones. So he confesses his love to Carla there at the. So the sexual tension was real.
Wow.
And this is where I just sat in the movie by myself, just saying, what the fuck?
Was the theater empty or were people actually there?
There were like two old people.
Were they crying?
I don't know. It was crazy, the end of the movie. And his whole family is like, ayo, she's like 80. She was your teacher in elementary school. Did she groom you? And like
did.
Abby starts bawling at the table and Carla leaves. And he's like, no, Carla! And he sprints out the door. He sprints past his old house where his dead wife's ghost is just smoking, and he eats shit on the ground. He slips on the ice and eats shit on the ground. And he wakes up like
the way his wife died.
Like the way his wife died. But he wakes up in Carla's house, in her bed, and she's also in the bed with him. And then they have her bat mitzvah at home, like the first bat mitzvah. The first bat mitzvah was done at their home, so then they do the bat mitzvah, and then that's the end of the movie.
Wow, sounds like a great movie. I think I gotta watch this.
You should watch it. It's really good. Like the cinematography is kind of a little bit over a lot of the over the place. Like they really have a style.
Is it like film grain? You know?
Yes. Yeah. It is definitely film grain. It's a very bizarre movie. Like the drug scene is very they have a lot of trippy kind of scenes. But it really was a good movie. And there's definitely a lot of like subtle character stuff that you don't really realize. Like there's a thing that in the movie where he just kind of salts the ground even though it's not going to snow. And you realize that he does that because his wife slipped on ice and died that way.
Nice.
So like he's salting the snow to prevent that from happening to anyone else.
Wow,
that's sweet.
It sounds like I want to watch this movie. It sounds really good.
It's very good. It ends in a nice way. Like it's definitely awkward between like Carla and Ben, I think, but like it's nice.
I would do that if an 80-year-old woman was attracted to me.
Okay.
I don't think she was.
So he groomed her?
I don't know. I don't really know. And then I rewatched Alien Romulus, and that one was really good.
Back in
Again.
Alien, both they rewatched Trap and Alien Romulus.
I didn't
rewatched
rewatch Alien Romulus.
No, you
I
I
didn't
only
rewatched
rewatched
Trap. You rewatched Trap, and you weren't rewatched Alien Romulus.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because
Well,
Lucas
my mom
wanted
wanted to see Trap, and I was bored, so.
Yeah, I went because someone else wanted to see it. And it
New
was good.
takes? Any new takes from either one?
I mean, I think the end scene is just like so good. I think the best shot in the movie is when the thing gets released and there's the one continuous shot above the main character when the abomination thing falls out. She yells, "Die, motherfucker!" And he falls out of the ship into the asteroid belt, and the entire cargo bay falls around her while the camera's spinning up beside her, and that entire scene is like the best scene in the movie. And
That
it
was
is
fire.
so good. It is
That's-
such a good ending there.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Especially when his face drops into the frame. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Beck, new takes for Trap, Beck?
No, I feel mostly just the same about it. It was cool. You know how at the end of the movie, we find out that that the guy has OCD, or one of the characters says that. When I was rewatching, I noticed all the random OCD stuff he'll do throughout the movie, and I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
Just the random stuff you see from beforehand, that's revealed in the end.
Nicola, so your five. What are your 5 favorite movies? It's
I can't list them right now because I don't know. I just
Roxbury,
have a lot of favorite
Dune
movies.
2, La La Land, Whiplash, Trap.
I don't know.
Definitely not the Roxbury.
Yeah, Nicola does not have a solid top 5.
Yeah, I just hear so many things.
I don't really
But
do
it
that
just-
stuff. I just like movies
Damn.
Yet he
Um,
won't go into film as a major.
because I'm like it as a hobby, not as a career.
No, bro,
He's
you're
gonna-
podcasting.
No, he's gonna be our
film and
big.
TV.
He's
That's
gonna
a
be.
career.
He's gonna be the CEO of Celsius Pod Inc. He's gonna do the business shit.
I'm
Yeah,
not doing
Nicola,
business either. I'm doing
imagine.
engineering.
We hit 1 million subscribers. We have so much money. Aiden jumps out of a plane. It's gonna be so hype.
It's gonna be a plane
Or do
I
you want to go
designed.
engineering?
It's gonna be a plane that I designed.
Guys, I'll take the job of CEO for the Celsius Pod.
No, I'll take it.
No, it's me.
It's me.
Um,
Okay. Anything else, Aiden?
Succession
Yeah,
season 5.
Do we want me to talk about an entire show I watched, or do we want to talk about The Crow first?
Can I do my individual stuff?
You can do your individual stuff, yeah.
Okay. So let me run through my individual stuff. First thing, on the plane to Emerson, I found out they have I Saw the TV Glow. And I'm like, that's my favorite movie of the year.
So you
I
want to
rewatched
bastardize it by watching it on a plane?
I did kind of, but my mom was like, "Hey, this looks kind of interesting." I'm like, you won't like it, but do you want to watch it with me? So we watched it, and she was very confused the entire time. I think that's what I want my movie to be for the 4 movies we do, because I really want to see your guys' reactions to it.
When he opens his chest and there's the static.
Yeah. Next thing I watched, I was in the hotel, and on the TV they had The Princess and the Frog, and I watched it, and it was really good. And then I rewatched Trap. It was good, but when I was in the dorms, I walked out one day, and I saw a movie on the TV in the common room.
And someone
What
said, "Hey,
movie
that's the
was
Blue
that?
Demon. That's the Blue Demon. Let's watch a movie with him."
It was Scream. So I sat down and I watched Scream. I was like, okay, this was a movie.
You don't like Scream?
Yeah, how do you
It
not
was
like
kind of.
Scream is good.
I was fine. I like when I try to think back on it, I can't remember like anything about it.
Okay, well
It is
what did you think of like the plot twist?
the plot. It was I like. I was really watching it with the group when the guy got stabbed. I said out loud, "It was fake blood, and he's actually the real murderer working with another guy." And everyone went silent. So,
'Cause everybody else
um,
had already
you-
watched it.
You ruined the
yeah,
tour for that movie.
Wait, so did you figure it out or
yeah. Well, I figured out one of the guys. I didn't know like any of the other characters like enough to be like, oh, that could be the murderer. But it
you
was
figured out there were
fine.
two of them?
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
Um,
Spoiling the movie for
I
everyone.
liked it was really funny in the end when they were all like laughing with each other about killing someone. There was a really creative idea where there was like a security camera that was on a 30-second delay. So like that was a really cool idea. It was very funny at a lot of parts, but like I don't know if it was in an intentional way or not, but like bro, the Scream guy gets fucking beat up by every single one of the characters. Like he
Well,
gets
it's
a
supposed to
door
be-
slammed in his face and he
He's
slips
just
like on a banana
He's
peel.
just a guy, dude. It's just
I know, but he like falls so comedically. It's like, am I supposed to be scared of this guy?
he's a guy in a mask.
Like it's supposed to be like a sort of a halfway parody of horror movies.
Yeah,
itself.
it was really weird because
It's the
it
Baroque
felt like
stage of
halfway
horror.
between a parody and like
It's the
a
Baroque
actual
stage of
horror
horror.
movie.
It is like it's halfway parody, halfway serious because then you got like Scary Movie, which is like a full parody,
That's an actual parody, yeah.
Yeah.
and this is like sort of
Yeah.
halfway.
Okay. Next thing I watched. I rewatched Muppets Most Wanted.
Bro, watch another
now-
Muppet movie. Literally
Now-
do and watch another Muppet movie.
Okay, but
please.
guys, Peak and Ruby is happening right now.
Bro is invested in the relationship.
Yeah.
of Yang and Blake.
Okay. So Muppets Most Wanted. Fire movie. Best Muppets movie.
What?
Dude, watch another Muppet movie, please.
No.
God
I don't think I
it.
will.
Watch literally any of them.
Nope.
Literally any of them.
Nope.
I'm gonna fucking kill this.
If they make Most Wanted 2, I'll watch it.
Most Wanted is 2. Watch the first
No.
one.
Other
Damn.
thing I watched, I was bored like Sunday night. So I'm like, I want to watch a movie in the common room. So I'm like, I'm going to put on Whiplash. So I go to sit down in the common room, and immediately, like, after I get there, a group of girls shows up and is like, yeah, we were going to watch Scream here. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right?
I watched Scream
Um,
yesterday.
Yeah, literally. We watched Scream in this exact room yesterday. So I was like, I'm going to go watch Whiplash. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll watch Whiplash. So I got.
You'll watch
everyone
Whiplash
just-
with the blue demon.
Yeah, we'll watch the Blue Demon Whiplash.
So we sat and we watched Whiplash, and it's peak best movie ever made.
Where's the 6-star button?
Over La La Land?
Yes.
Over Babylon?
Yes. Two other things I watched. Shaun of the Dead re-release.
Ooh,
Wow.
good movie.
Have you
yes.
watched any movies in the Cornetto trilogy?
No.
You should watch Hot Fuzz.
Oh, I want to
Ooh.
watch Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz.
So-
I didn't see at World's End, but I think Hot Fuzz is the best.
I think you should watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
True.
Is that because he said at World's End?
Yeah. And that reminded me.
Is it not at World's End? What is it called?
The second one is called At World's End, yeah.
No, I mean in the Cornetto trilogy.
Oh, I have no clue.
It is. It's called World's End. Yeah.
Okay. Shaun of the Dead. So there's this guy.
You don't need to go into
And-
the plot of Shaun of the
Pe-
Dead.
people know Shaun of the Dead.
We know Shaun of the Dead.
No, let's go
Okay,
into the
yeah.
plot just in case we have somebody that
We don't
doesn't
need to
know.
go into the plot of Shaun of the Dead. We've already
I
gone
mean-
for 2 hours.
It has like a ton of cool bits. My favorite part was the ending where they show like what happened after the zombie apocalypse. I thought that was the funniest part of the movie.
Yeah.
The last thing I watched is I got a trailer for this randomly before Trap, and it looked cool. It was called Afraid.
Yeah, we saw the trailer before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all seen
It was
that. Yeah.
a Bloomhouse horror movie. I'm like, oh, I should check it out. It seems like kind of interesting. So I texted a group of friends, hey, do you want to see this? And they were like, we already seen it. It's terrible. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm bored on a Monday. I might just go watch this. So I go watch it, and it's fine. It's like kind of bad, but there are some parts that are really cool. Like it uses like all the different like uncanny aspects of AI to like build a sense of horror. Like there's a really cool scene where it's like AI generated like animation of a story, and it looks so bad and it looks so uncanny, but that like adds to the scariness of the story. And it's basically just like of the like worst case scenarios of AI are used like against each member of the family. Like the AI like makes a fake recreation of this girl's mom, and like uses it to like try to convince her that she's good. Like the teenage girl has like a deep fake porn made of her.
Oh, great.
The like yeah, and then like the kids get like it really into swatting videos and like deep
They got swatted.
into like yeah, they get swatted at the end of the movie. And then
like
in the end, like the big thing is like they kill the AI, but it turns out the AI is in the cloud, guys.
No.
They could never get rid of the AI.
No.
And they eventually have to live with the AI, even if they don't want to.
That sounds like a terrible ending to a movie.
Yeah.
Damn. Sounds bad. Why do you watch this movie? Why didn't you watch like
I
Between the
was
Temples?
bored, okay?
You should watch Between the Temples.
You should have watched The Crow.
It was not in any theater, Uri.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, The Crow even sounds better than that movie.
You should have watched The Crow, Beck.
Maybe I
Guys,
should
talk
have
about The Crow.
So
Let's
you guys are familiar
wait.
with
I have two more individual things I want to
so
talk
two
about.
more individual things that he wants to talk about.
So, the first thing I want to talk about is Attack on Titan.
No, we're not
No.
talking about Attack on Titan, dude.
So I took like a 4-month break, and then I was bored, and I was using Aiden's Crunchyroll. So I binged through like the end of season 1 and all of season 2, and I'm halfway through season 3, and it's really good so far. So I'll probably just, since we've already gone so late with this episode, I'll talk about it when I probably finish the show.
Yeah.
But the other thing I wanted to talk about that Aiden refused to let me talk about was Umbrella Academy.
I do want to hear about this though.
Yeah, well, because last episode went on for 4 hours.
It did. Okay, so the Umbrella Academy. This is a show that has 4 seasons. And I think I've watched all the seasons like as they were airing. I know guaranteed 2, 3, and 4, but I think I watched season 1 like after it had come out. But I really like season 1. I really like season 2, and then season 3 just added so many random characters and random plot beats. Like I was watching the recap. I was watching like like they have the recap of what happened in the previous season to get people caught up. I watched the recap. I didn't remember 90% of the scenes. It was like so much random stuff happened that didn't really matter. And eventually we get to like season 4. And it's like all the characters, they have to like what even is their motivation?
Bro doesn't
It's
even
It's
remember
like to
motivation.
prevent another apocalypse. So they gotta go do that. But so here's the thing. Each of the main characters has superpowers through a thing called Marigold. And
the
there's
stripper from Horizon American.
Yeah, Horizon.
yes. But then there's an evil version of Marigold called Durango.
Durango.
And there one of the guys with Marigold falls in love with the girl with Durango.
No.
And then
Is this
them
in season
falling in
1?
love.
Is this season
This is
1?
season 4.
What is this random bullshit in season 4?
I know. This is a lot of they throw a lot of random stuff in here. And then they like merge together into like a doomsday monster that is going to destroy every single timeline because back in like season 1 through the release of Marigold it split the timelines into infinite versions and they all keep repeating and then in the end there's like this one guy, his name is Five, he's like the best character but he's kind of bad this season. He like goes to try to like time travel to figure something out, but he gets lost in the subway time travel multiverse system and gets
Obviously.
lost there for 7 years with another girl, and then they're doing that. So he's basically cheating on his brother, his
brother.
Yeah. So his brother is dating this girl and he's trapped in the subway with the girl and they're like falling in love because they've been gone for like 7 years. But then when they come back, the brother's like, "You fell in love with my brother?" He's like, "Yeah, it was 7 years," and for him it was only like 2 hours, so that was kind of funny. But eventually, they all realize that to save the world, they all have to kill them. Every main character has to kill themselves.
I like it.
I love it.
Because the
Sounds
Marigold
fantastic.
and the Durango, and then they all kill themselves, and then the timeline is reset, and we see a bunch of random people in a park, and that's
What?
the end of the show.
That's the end. They're just all dead?
Yeah,
This sounds-
it's not even dead. It's that they never existed. They make that very clear.
That's insane.
This show sounds like it should never have existed.
I kind of wish they just done season 1, season 2, and just ended it just there. Just like even if it was on a cliffhanger, just like skip seasons 3 and 4.
It sounds worse than the end of Game of Thrones.
I don't think so, but it was really bad. I did not like the ending.
Okay, here's the thing. Because, like, when this show first came out, I never saw the show. I always wanted to, like, when it was really popular. So, the first 2 seasons, I hear kind of, like, the peak of the show. Like, this is this new superhero show. It's like when there was a bunch of new superhero shows, like, The Boys, and that was really big. And the Umbrella Academy, it's like, we're getting stuff outside the DC Marvel space. And that's really cool that we're getting these cool shows. But then, unlike The Boys, where that kind of still persisted in popularity with, like, season 3, I'm gonna say, and season 4, I didn't hear anything about, like, a really season 3 of Umbrella Academy. But I only heard stuff about Umbrella Academy season 4 when it just came out because
it was so bad.
It was so bad, like, there's press around it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it got way too complicated. Like, at its core, it's basically just a family drama, but I feel like they introduced so many random, like, lore stuff and, like, random, like, characters and, like, stuff that, like, it just got, like, way too confusing, and some of the characters felt they were pretty butchered, like, character-wise.
Butcher, like from
It
The
was-
Boys?
Boys?
But that was Umbrella Academy. So Aiden, do you want to do the group ones?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So,
Wait,
so
how
let's
many
talk-
group ones are there?
Well, so do we? So we have Kite Man. Well, no, Uri said he didn't watch Kite Man.
Yeah.
So I watched Kite Man. We don't have to go over Kite Man. It's
Is
about
Thank God.
Kite Man still good? Right? Is good, or is it just
it got better and then it kind of got worse. And so we'll see if the last episode clutches it out. But
Oh.
right now, they have the anti-life equation, Golden
Right.
Glider and Kite Man.
Mm.
And they keep using the time traveling. They've used it 3 more times.
wow?
So
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And also Bane is like Goldilocks' adopted father now. It's very weird.
What?
It's very weird right now. It's fine. It
It
got
doesn't
better,
sound like
and then
It kind of sounds like just a little bit better than Harley Quinn season 3 and season
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
Just a little.
Clayface showed up for an episode. Frank showed up for an episode. Darkseid's like the main villain now. They fight a big chicken. It's very weird. I don't even know, man. But it's all right. Kite
Yeah,
Man's still the goat. Oh yeah, no, actually turned into beast mode for a little bit. So now
makes
he
sense.
doesn't have a
Beast
kite
mode,
anymore.
baby.
Now he's just a guy. He has no
Oh,
kite.
just a man.
He's
Not
just man. He has no
he's
kite.
just man.
Man.
He has no kite.
There's
What do you
no
mean?
kite was man.
What do you mean he has no kite? You can just go to the store and buy a kite.
Well, he
It's a
doesn't have a
special
kite.
kite.
He doesn't have it anymore.
Okay, maybe
and
I
then-
might catch up for it for the finale.
Yeah, but I haven't been able to watch Solar Opposites because my
Okay,
Hulu hasn't been
I really want
working.
you to watch Solar Opposites because I want to discuss this season.
I will. I'll have it done by next week. I just literally do not have the right login to Hulu. But I did watch Futurama.
Yeah. I watched Futurama. I'm gonna say episode 6 with Attack of the Clones. I thought it was like the first like episode of the season where it kind of managed to do like get like modern stuff, but also kind of have like a good like in story kind of character episode for Farnsworth.
Okay, here's the problem I'm having with like the new seasons is that they have an idea, but they have like two separate ideas, and the second half of an episode is one idea and the first half is a different idea, and they kind of feel disconnected. Like
Yeah.
especially for Attack of the Clones, the first half is about like Farnsworth and his fashion stuff, and then the
Yeah.
second half is Zoidberg pants.
Yeah, and it's a bit muddled in that area, and I'm gonna say I do think this season is kind of better than the first half of the season. I am going to say that. I'm going to say
Okay.
it feels like a little bit more that they're working on like the character stuff and like more like they're trying to balance it, but it is feeling a bit muddled in that area. You are right.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I
it is getting incrementally better at least, I think.
I didn't like the Bugalo episode. One
That
of
was
my
fine.
least favorite episodes from the original series is like the Bugalo episode from like season 3 or something. Like
Why?
I don't know. I just did not like it. Like the
Hmm.
one where like Amy's parents like own
Yeah.
part of the reservation or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that episode I like stopped.
Is it
almost
like
stopped watching.
too preachy for you
I
or
don't,
like
no,
what?
I just found it really, really boring and not good. And it kind of almost made me stop watching the show just because I was like, this one's bad.
That was
But
like fine. I don't really have like insane thoughts about
yeah,
it.
but I didn't really like the new Bugalo episode, and then the like Leela having no friends episode was weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
hoping.
like obviously it's not like we're not getting like OG Futurama level
No.
peak stories here. That's never
No.
gonna happen. It never will happen.
Yeah.
But it's
I-
like fine. It's a fine.
I really like the like last 5 minutes of Attack of the and
Yeah.
like the cliffhanger ending that it had.
I feel like they're not gonna pick that up in
No,
the
they're not
next
picking it up, but that's fine. I like the ending though.
Yeah. But it's like it's an issue where it's like I'm not gonna say I'm never ever gonna say this statement. I'm gonna say I don't want more Futurama. I'm never gonna say that. I always like Futurama. I'll continue watching it, but it's never gonna reach the level it was like
Yeah.
10 years ago or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's never
yeah.
gonna do that. But it is gonna be a show that I'll continue watching, and maybe there will be some episodes that hit, maybe that there will be some that won't. And I feel like now it might be a bit hard to find like their footing since it's like the first season really. But maybe like because I think it's still renewed for like more seasons after this.
I think so, right?
Like maybe one or two more, and like maybe a movie. Maybe.
I hope they get a theatrical movie because the movies are good, but they
Yeah.
weren't theatrical. They were just straight to DVD.
Yeah.
If they
And
actually have like hey, you're cut off at this point, I know they could do good.
yeah. and they always like pretty pull off their finales.
Yeah,
which
every
are
time. I think the weakest one is definitely the overclocked episode, but even then,
yeah.
it's not bad.
I'm gonna say I really like the Devil's Hands or
Yeah,
Island. That might be my favorite finale. I think.
that's fair. I think that
And
one was. I think
yeah,
that one's definitely number 2 for me. I do think
you think
the
the real finale is like the
yeah
full for you? Yeah.
yeah
Um, but yeah, no, it's a solid show, but it has issues. It's a reboot. It's never gonna like feel like the same. But I think
yeah.
you just gotta adjust and never
Well,
have like really high expectations.
well.
But
Speaking of reboots, you guys are familiar with the movie The Crow, right? With
infamously
Brandon.
known as the movie where Brandon Lee died.
Yeah, where he got Alec
Wait,
Baldwin and died to a prop gun, but it was actually a real gun,
was that this movie?
No, the original.
the original one.
There was so the Crow that just came out is a reboot of another Crow movie.
It's a remake of the
Yes.
it's a new adaptation of the original comic.
Got it.
And it was garbage.
Yeah.
Boo.
So me and Nicola, we have a story to tell. So we went to the movie theater. He was like, "Hey, let's go to this theater." They
Because I've
have
gone to this 2 times before. Once for the Batman and once for some other movie. And every time I've gone, it was like super cool.
so they have like unlimited popcorn and soda if you pay for it. And it was
Yeah.
$35 for unlimited popcorn, unlimited soda, and then unlimited icy, which is what we ordered. The trick is if they just don't come to refill it, then they don't have to give you more. They didn't come and refill our unlimited popcorn and soda and stuff, which was very messed up because we were the
Yeah.
only people in the theater and they kind of just forgot that we were there.
The Crow, man, the Crow.
Yeah. And the movie was
Yeah.
not good. So it's a romance story for the first hour, but it's not very convincing. It tries to say, hey, these two people are soulmates and they love each other so much that this guy went to purgatory so he can right the wrongs for murder, even though they've only been together for 3 days.
Wait,
Um,
3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a-
days.
yeah, 3 days. So then he goes to He die. They both die to the drug guy, or to like the mob boss who has undisclosed, undescript powers.
Was
where
reading the fucking YouTube video.
where he can control people's brains or something. And so then the guy becomes the Crow, in which he kills one guy, he talks to another guy, and then he dies
We
because
forgot about the phone number. Forgot
yeah,
about the phone.
he looks at the phone and he's like, "Oh no, my
He
girlfriend
actually
killed him.
doesn't talk to the person.
He killed my girlfriend. Killed someone. Why didn't she just tell me?" And then he has doubt in his mind, and he has doubt in his love, which he doesn't have his regeneration anymore. So he dies for real. And then he goes to purgatory. He's like, "What if I sold my soul to you? That way, if I do succeed, then she lives, but I stay here." And the angel guy's like, "Oh, sure, why not?" And so then the last 20 minutes happen, and this is the only good part of the movie where he kills random henchmen. So he kills random henchmen, and then he kills a couple other characters that I don't really care about, and then he goes to fight the big bad guy, and the big bad guy is like, "Hey, I'm just an old man," and then he gets dragged to hell
And he gets
by
freaky as well.
undisclosed alligators that are also in his crow purgatory. And then the movie ends and you're like, what just happened? Because nothing really happened.
Because
It
you
was-
forgot the part that when they come back to life, it happens like right when they die, which makes it
Yes.
not
The-
explained
the-
if
when
it's
the girl-
rebound time
when
and then
the
everybody's
girl
still alive or
Comes
not.
back to life after he kills everyone. She comes back where she died, but he's still dead. So is the mafia drug guy still
Did it
alive?
move-
Did it happen?
Did it happen?
Who knows?
Aiden, I want you to know it's closing on midnight for me and Uri. I don't think we can really follow this plot.
You
No, you
can
don't-
follow.
You couldn't in the movie, dude.
You can't follow the plot even if you were in the movie.
No. So
You
we
can
have to
follow the plot if you're Bill Skarsgård in this movie.
Yeah. Who was kind of not very good in the movie. He had
Which
the
is surprising because he's a good actor outside of.
Well,
of this.
the script was bad, so he kind of was working with the script, but it was still too edgy. He played it too edgy, and then he puts on makeup, and then he looks like the Joker. He looks like Jared Leto Joker, and it's like, come on, man. Like, bro, release is like, why so bad movie.
Bad movie.
Okay, so then
Bad movie. It's a must watch.
yeah, so
I wish we watched this in theaters together,
we did watch it in theaters, me and Nicola.
but all four of us. That would have been an awesome movie.
No,
I mean, there's literally nobody else in the theater.
We
even
need
though
to
when I
do
bought the
like
tickets,
8
there were
movies
definitely
during
seats taken
Thanksgiving
next to us.
break.
yeah.
Um,
Okay, so then I've been watching We Bare Bears for like 5 weeks, and then I finished it.
what's that?
So it's a Cartoon Network show, We Bare Bears. It's about 3 bears who are naked. There's Grizz, who is a grizzly bear. There's Panda, who is a panda bear, and there's Ice Bear, who is an ice bear. So they live in
Peak is on the screen behind
Oh,
Aiden.
yeah, it's Penny. Wow, that's crazy. So there's these 3 bears, and they live in San Francisco, and they get into hijinks, and it's a pretty solid show. Not my favorite show, but really good. Very enjoyable. All the characters are great. There's like only a handful of like recurring characters. There's like this internet celebrity koala named Nom Nom who they forgot to put in season 4 because he's voiced by Patton Oswalt. There's this like 5-year-old who's in college. Her name is Chloe, and she's voiced by RWBY from Steven Universe. There's
Aw, they're gonna
Not
say
Ruby
Ruby
from
from
Ruby.
Ruby.
no, there's this like Forest Ranger Tabes. There's Bigfoot is a character. His name is Charlie. And the bears just get into hijinks. Kind of just a solid episodic show.
Is it adult animated or no?
No, it's the Cartoon Network show.
Mm.
But like sometimes they don't do focus on the bears in San Francisco. Sometimes they focus on them as cubs. And the baby bear episodes, I do not like them very much. They're
Didn't they make like an entire
boring.
spin-off about the baby ones?
I will not be watching it unless it's good. Maybe I will watch it. Who knows? But the baby bear episodes by themselves are not good. But then they had a genius idea. They were like, what if we make an episode just about baby ice bear? And that's the best episode in the show. Yuri and the Ice Bear. If you don't want to watch We Bare Bears, don't watch it. But you could watch Yuri and the Ice Bear.
Me?
Not you know.
Oh.
You should watch that episode, I think, because that episode is really good. All the solo baby bear episodes are good. When they're by themselves, it's good. But when they're all 3 together, those episodes are kind of boring. And they kind of started running out of ideas for the adults. So in season 4, there's like 10 episodes that are baby bears.
Wow.
Like you have I had 2 in a row, and then 2 episodes later there was another one, and I was like, oh my god.
Is baby bears in the past or what is it?
It's in the past when they're children. Wow. When they're cubs, and they're just trying to find
I
a
feel
home.
like these should be 2 different shows.
Well, then they made a baby bear show after the
Wow.
original show ended. But the ending of the show was actually a movie. They got a movie for that.
Like Craig of the Creek, but not really.
Not really. But then the movie, pretty okay. The inciting incident of the movie is, hey, the hijinks that they did in the main show made everyone in San Francisco really mad. So they got chased out of town by this guy named Agent Trout, and he's like a animal rescue person, but he's actually evil. But
wow.
it was all right. It was an all right movie.
Damn. I think that's where we wrap for today.
No.
And that's where you think. Because
No.
remember the summer?
No. Yeah, the summer
Oh,
arc.
right, he has to talk about Ruby again.
I thought we were done with RWBY. It's not
That's
summer
what you
anymore.
thought. That's what you thought. But you You forgot
You
that
forgot
there's
about the RWBY 4-episode epilogue,
and you
Uri.
forgot about the
I
RWBY video
can't.
game.
I
And you
can't.
forgot
I
about the
can't.
RWBY manga.
No. No.
Dude.
That is gonna be me as well if you guys
Bro
actually talk
handled
about it.
10 episodes of it and can't handle anymore.
I'm gonna go to the vending machine, and when I come back, this better be over.
Oh my god. We don't have to talk about it. It's okay.
Just know RWBY Beyond has 2 good episodes, 2 bad episodes.
Yeah, and just
you
know
didn't.
that
No, talk about it. Talk about it. Tell me what's going on in John Weiss's life.
Okay, we
let's
see
talk
we
about
never
RWBY.
see Weiss in the show. We
So
do
can you
see
give me a
Sean,
full
though.
plot recap for RWBY so I can get
So
caught
okay,
up?
so there's
Okay.
dust, and dust is actually like the remnant of humanity in the world. It's called remnant. It's because there are these 2
Remnant,
gods.
like Undertale.
They flew into the moon. The moon broke because there was this evil witch named
All right,
Salem, and
let's
she
talk about
found the Grim
her-
Juice because her husband
stop.
died.
Next stop. Let's talk about RWBY Beyond. I'll talk about the first 2 episodes, and you talk about the second 2 episodes. How about that?
I'm down with that.
All right. So the
I think
first
the second 2 are best, or the last 2 are the best. No, wait, no, 2 and 4 are the best.
Okay. So the first episode, he doesn't like the first episode because he didn't
I
watch
don't
RWBY
like the
TV.
first episode.
So the first episode is called Junior Detectives. It is Sun Wukong and Neptune, and they're the junior they're playing detective, like from Chibi, and I was like, wow, like Ruby Chibi. So they investigate, hey, where did Team Ruby go? And also John, because they fell in the void and now they're gone. So then they start like interrogating people and trying to figure out where everyone's gone. And then they like decide to like eavesdrop on Ozpin, and they see Theodore, who's the like next headmaster. That'll probably be in like volume 10 if there is one, and he's based on Dorothy. So they forgot about the Scarecrow, and they also when they like go to the meeting, they also see Winter Schnee and Raven there, and
The Summer Maiden.
and probably the Summer Maiden.
No, they literally say the Summer Maiden.
Yeah, Neptune is like, maybe she's the Summer Maiden because all the other maidens are there, and then
Yeah.
it's a hypothetical, but it also looks like Ruby's mom, so it probably is Ruby's mom. So then they get kicked out by
You're
Crow.
telling me the Winter Maiden is winter and they're making the Summer Maiden summer?
Yeah,
I can't handle that, Aiden.
I think they're probably gonna do that, Beck. I think that's probably what's
That's
gonna happen.
So,
Anyway, they gave up on their investigation, and then that's the mystery. Next one is a Jean episode. Basically, Jean has come back, and now he's talking to Oscar. He's like, hey, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now.
this was the best episode.
I became 50, and now I'm back to 19, and honestly, I am so confused with my life and who I am as a person. And Ozpin is like, yeah, but just remember the good times and that you're fighting for.
It is cool that he talked to
Yeah.
Ozpin about it, because he's like the one that can actually like understand what he's going through.
Yeah, and I think that was a really solid episode and kind of reaffirmed that Jean is literally the best character in the show.
Nope.
Like he has the best writing and the best character arc.
Nope.
And the most depth.
Nope.
Okay, you cannot say Penny has the most depth.
She does. She is the most in-depth character.
No.
She's the best character in every aspect and is the saddest character death I've ever experienced in my life.
All right.
How did she die again?
Really?
She got the
Yes.
goad.
Over. I don't know. Did someone
all right,
die in the
Beck,
outhouse?
yeah.
Like
now,
a
Beck,
broom?
talk about the other 2 episodes.
All right, episode 3. This one takes place in the ever after. We see Somewhat just going to all the locations that Ruby went to and being like, wow, stuff's going good here. But then she gets to the Red Prince and she plays a game with the Red Prince and
Not the Red
she
Prince.
wins. and the Red Prince is like, "Oh my god, you beat me, but like maybe I should like have a better job than just trying to win." And then someone's like, "Yay, I helped everyone." But then a portal opens and someone is back in the ever after, and we don't know who.
Wow.
They are just building a ton of random plot points because like this was when the show had a very uncertain future, and they wanted like people to really be like rooting for it to come back.
Yeah.
Rooting for RWBY to come back.
Me and Aiden.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
But then episode 4, so Ruby and Yang, they go and they get boba. And Yang is like, "Ruby, you tried to kill yourself last season. We need to be able to talk
we
to each
watched
other."
it just happen.
Yeah.
She just did it.
She just tried to kill herself.
Well,
So she
I want Ruby to
talks
kill
to
herself,
Ruby
too.
and is like, "We're sisters. We need to be able to depend on each other." And it was a really heartwarming scene where they're both like, have like a really good sisterly conversation. And that's RWBY Beyond.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right, Aiden, manga time.
I didn't finish it, so we're not going to talk about it. But we can.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for the episode.
That's it for the episode. We're
So,
going to
Beck,
talk
what-
about the manga next time and the game next time.
So Beck,
Yeah.
we actually have one more thing before we go.
Yeah?
But I do want
Oh.
your rec. What's your rec? Because you are the blue
My
demon.
Yeah, Blue
my
Demon.
recommendation: Attack on Titan, since I didn't get to talk about it.
No. Okay.
It has to be
So,
something
we-
watch The Crow. It's awesome.
Do not.
So we were gonna do this in episode 95, but we can do it now.
We can't do
Oh
it now.
yes.
What is everyone doing for their thing? So Beck, you have character? No, you have
I
action.
His
do.
character name.
No, I have
Character.
action.
Nicholas action.
Let's go Beck, me, Uri, and then Nicola.
Yes, because I have a very good one, and Aiden knows what mine is.
I do know what
All
it is.
right.
So,
Okay,
Your
guys. So for,
guys' character name?
let me write it for
for
You guys
episode
ready?
120, for those who don't know, for episode 120, we do Celsius Oscars where we each make a short film over winter break. Nicholas the judge, and
And the executioner.
And so we each have to do a thing where it's action, character name, quote, and item, and we each pick a part of the thing. Last year it was Nicola, but this year we're each gonna pick
We
the
split it
one
up.
thing. We split it up.
Yeah.
And then we also remember we have to make a poster for it and
And a
also
trailer.
a trailer this
Trailer.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Beck, what is your character name?
The
That we all have
character
to
name
use.
you must use is Lily Flare.
Lily Flair.
Yeah.
Great. I love it, Beck. Now, I was thinking. Now we're trying to make it challenging because we're all guys. So we're all trying to make it challenging. I think so. Beck chose female. Make it hard.
Yeah.
I'm choosing a female-related object. You all have to put a tampon.
Guys, I can't wait for Rebecca to eat a tampon in my movie.
Yeah. So have fun with that. Have fun getting your hands on one. I think that'll also be fun.
Borrow one from your.
I can just grab one from
Oh,
a
right, 'cause you're
bathroom
filming
or
it while you're
something.
in college, aren't you guys?
Yeah.
No, I'll be at home when I do film.
Yeah, but Beck isn't.
Yeah. I
So-
either have to like I definitely have to write it when I'm in college and probably like film it in like a week.
That's actually gonna make mine even funnier. I'm just. gonna
Yeah,
say-
yours is good. Okay, so what is the quote, Uri?
Please smile for me.
Please
Smile
smile for me. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. That's a great quote that could be used in a lot of different.
Is this based on hit horror movie Smile?
No.
Unlike the last time we had a quote, this one is good.
PR,
No,
ER, baby.
This is PR or the ER bills.
No, you used it great. So what is our do Nick?
The
I
what?
thought Uri goes next.
No,
I
he
just
just did.
went.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
Oh, okay.
Nicola,
Sorry.
so what's your
My action. You guys really want to know what the action is?
I do want to know
love
what the
to know
action
what
is.
the action is.
So my action is gonna require a few items. You're gonna
Oh
need
no.
Oh
a
no.
styrofoam cup,
No.
some NyQuil, and some
What?
Sprite. And
You
the
have to
action
fucking
is
make
you
lean.
must make lean on camera.
What?
Insane.
Create lean on
Does
camera.
it need to be real lean? Like use actual
No, okay,
NyQuil?
yes, you can probably just use like purple food dye and stuff, but it has to look like you're actually
Has
making
to
lean.
look like lean.
What is
You
lean?
can do whatever you want with it,
Who
but
doesn't
you
know
have
what
to
lean
make it.
is?
You have to
Lean
make
is
lean.
a drug. No, so Uri, lean is NyQuil and Sprite mixed together.
It's cough syrup and Sprite.
Yeah.
And it's
people
typically
drink this?
purple because they typically use NyQuil. Yes.
Does it give you a good buzz?
I don't know what it does.
Yeah. Actually, what does lean do?
Is lean a
Alright, well we'll Google that after the episode. Look forward to 120 where
First
these
thing,
things will be
lean,
put into
purple drank,
action.
Addiction and abuse. Lean, also known as purple drank and sizzup, is an illicit
I can't wait
substance.
for
made with-
Beck to drink lean out of a tampon.
It's
Ouch.
cough
Oh,
syrup,
what?
soda. Oh, and
What?
sometimes you can also add.
Who does not know how a tampon works?
Okay, here we go.
I don't know.
They tend to slouch. If you drink lean, you tend to slouch or lean to one side. The more you consume one substance, that's why it's called lean.
Oh.
The
Alright.
effects of it are like other addictive opioids, such as heroin. Some
Alright,
common
that's-
effects are euphoria, relaxation,
see you
feeling
next
tired,
time.
and slow.
Bye,
Remember,
everybody.
always
So you
use
guys have to make that
yes.
for your thing. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.